Man, fuck these Japanese trains. I'm going to China. Oh my god. This is too fast. No, this is too fast. Okay, we're going back to Japan. Chinese efficiency scares me. Anyway, it's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT, and I'm chilling. I'm chilling like a villain. And if you don't believe me, then you're gonna be filling your cup with cum. What am I doing? I'm just saying shit. Oh my god, I'm late today. I'm late because we were wrapping a recording for Farfa. My family's gone. It's just me and Jillian again, so we are, we're doing what we can with respect to the child. And the child. Today was a busy one. I also have a busy one tomorrow and Thursday, and Wednesdays are always busy. But after that, I'm down to one. This is the week that all of my law school shit is due. But after it's done, I am done. I am free forever. Can't wait. Anyway, I'm having a good time. I want to get into Freaks really quickly today because we're already like 40 minutes late. We'll just pretend that I was on the train for 40 minutes. There is some stuff that I want to talk about that happened over the weekend that I think is really exciting. First and foremost, I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! That doesn't happen often. But no, I did get a chance to... Danny, hope you had a good stream. I heard he was watching Saga all day. No, I got a chance to play a little bit of a remote event. I've decided to do the remote grind for at least the next little bit, just because, I'm going to be stuck at home, regardless, because the baby's here. So, I did that and had, a wonderful time. Attendance was a little weird, and as a result, I ended up winning a Genesis pod. I entered like 5 of them. Competition was quite stiff, and I need to stop playing the deck that I'm playing. It's not very good. The second is that I won the 3v3 with Kevin and Mortiel. I was like DMing anyone who was awake at the last minute because I was like, guys, there's like 10 total people in the 3v3. So we ended up winning that, and the first match I got a game loss for being late at presenting, and the second match we didn't conclude in time. So I just got carried. And then because I had entered so many Genesis pods, I qualified for public events playoff, and I won the public events playoff. So I won the another versus Stratos as well. That's really cool. I'm really excited and at least a little proud of myself. Although I had to hop out of a regional flight to do the public events playoff, and I'm upset because I was like, oh, I should have tried to get my invite. But the invite is not that hard to get. I imagine I'll just do a remote dual regional. Probably not this weekend, but the weekend after. Show Stratos. Well, they have to mail it to me because it's a remote event. Anyway, no, it was a lot of fun. I got to talk to a lot of people. I played some of the worst games I've ever played, and I played some good ones as well. The bad ones were anyone where Vriska decided it was time to be an annoyance. And, what are you going to do? Thank you so much to the people I played against who were being understanding, and the judge staff for being understanding. There were a couple where, like, during boarding, I was like, I'm sorry, I just got to go get the kid and have her on my lap. And I did, and she was fine. Congrats on winning points playoff. I'm sorry I had to PE minor you during it. No, that's completely fine. My setup was super janky. I have a nice setup up here, but I'm not up here. I'm on the ground floor. So it's on Twitter, but it's a bunch of oatmeal cans stacked on top of each other with like a C920 on top of it. And then, is the other thing. During the reason I got a game loss, during the, 3v3 was because, I was just waiting around forever. It took them like 2 hours to fire it. This is classic 3v3 type shit. We thought it would fire quick because there were like 4 total teams, but I was waiting forever for them to fire it. Finally, they fire it. They're like, you have 3 minutes to get in the thing. And I'm like, oh God, my cards are everywhere. I'm scrambling to get them in. And at the same time, Vriska decides she needs to piss. So she pisses all the way through her clothes. I present my deck. I realize it's not like I am missing the Vanquish Soul cards. So I reach over, I put them in. It was between 3 and 4 minutes, and the judges were like, sorry, we got to give you a game loss. I'm like, I'd like an appeal. And they were like, okay, let me get the head judge in here. And I bolted over to the bassinet, and I'm like frantically changing Vriska. And then I get all her clothes off. I change the mattress, and I go, Judge, I would like to rescind my appeal. I was like, yeah, sorry about that. Everything happened at once. But They were cool about it, and it was I mean, I was going to appeal because I was like, 3 and 4 maybe, but it did afford me the time to change the kid for sure. I don't know. The judging staff was so generally understanding of all the bullshit that comes with remote events. I urge you all, if you have the opportunity or if you played in those events, to fill out the how do we do thing. There was some stuff about remote events that I can't believe is still not fixed. Obviously huge delays and stuff, but that's every Konami event, right? And I love the side deck. It's not until you play an event that's not by the side deck that you realize, despite the hour-long delays, it could always be worse. The other thing I urge you to do is fill out the Genesis survey. We may do that on stream today. That's on I think the Konami Europe page, because boy, everyone I played against was kind of like over a couple of specific things in the format. So Did you see the Stevie Blunder tweet about Exchange? Yeah, I played against his ass in the first Genesis pod that I played. I beat him because he's bad and his deck's bad and he sucks. No, he ended up actually getting second in Genesis Giant card, so what do I know? But he did exchange me. He like exchanged me and realized my hand couldn't be beaten. He was like, "Oh, okay, you got it." Like it was, but yeah, he was trying to do this thing where he would exchange someone which is not on the remote duel ban list, and then 7th Tachyon to put it into his deck. But that card has like a ruling for those types of things, which is it goes into the owner's deck. So like it wouldn't even like it. All it does is get a judge call and they tell him something that's already happened. It is what it is. The Exchange is kind of a weird case because Exchange and Jack in the Hand and Goddess Skuld's Oracle were the 3 cards on the remote duel ban list that could conceivably see play. Exchange for like all-in combo decks, Skuld for Mystic Mine, and Jack for Fluonderies, and it was really funny. Having to be like, fuck, well, I guess that's actually a nerf to it. No, but regardless, I appreciate all of the people who played against me and the grace that they extended towards me. The player that I played first round of the 3v3, I would like to apologize to. I was a little snippy when the time when I got the game lost for time. I was like, oh, we waited an hour and you're not going to give me 15 seconds of grace. And I was like, all right, let me get an appeal. I ran over to the kid. But, I apologize for that. I think, it was what it was. Oh, and then big shouts out to the judging staff. They called my ass for points playoff. I said, I'm interested. They called my ass for points playoff. They said, we have 2 minutes. I said, I'm interested within 2 minutes, but slow mode was enabled, so I didn't tag the person until slow mode came off another 30 seconds later, which was 3 minutes. And he was like, sorry, we're moving on. And I was like, please let me in. And they did let me in, so. Oh, man. But I needed to get in. I was generally a little ass bastard this weekend. I apologize for that. For anyone who had to deal with my specific brand of shit. But did you see the official Konami Genesis recap? Let's do that, then we'll do Freaks. How's that sound? Is it on the blog? Oh, by the way, also, the other thing I did this week was we got all the archetypes and most of the decks for every Genesis pod that fired. Yeah. They have it labeled as giant card, but that'll change when Ren gets up. Names will go up too. We have almost all the names, but we have like, this is the Vanquish Soul deck. This is the Super Quant deck. This one will get added later. This is me. This was Jared Centimore, who ended up winning the giant card, who didn't reveal the list because he was like, I don't want people to know before I win giant card. Noel won one. This Pearly Naturia deck is funny. Dolce Vernisylph, this Doomsy Onomat deck got my ass. Wow, it's still the same decks. Yup. But, you know, it was 8 different decks. I can't be that mad. All right, let's do the, let's look at what they have to say about Genesis. Genesis at YCS Bologna. This is kind of frustrating. You know, YCS Bologna was a whole week ago, right? Get typing quicker. I'm just kidding, though. Yeah, let's scooch it over a little bit. All right, so the Bologna qualifiers are run differently. Qualifiers are held Friday before the event began, so strong duelists that would be competing in main event had a chance to qualify and have a tournament to fall back on Sunday if they failed to make it through day 1. That's kind of cool. The format for invitational qualifiers was shifted into win 3 of 4 instead of win 3. I like that a lot. Could have resulted in an invitational with 64 players, but it was done to take into account the possibility of many qualifiers not showing up Sunday. Okay, differences in deck selection. Being able to lose one and qualify does change that equation a little bit. 4 decks that had never qualified before, Noble Knight, Unchained Archfiend, Heraldic Beast, and Lunalight, made the field in Bologna. I was going to say real quick, Lunalight is already really good, and they say that in the next sentence. Lunalight is a deck that's specifically been considered strong and difficult once it gets going, but it's struggled mightily in straight single elimination events. I don't believe that at all. Under the modified qualifier rules, 4 Lunalight decks made it in. 3 of them were one and dones in the Invitational, but the 4th won. Yeah, all right. Something to think about as we move forward is that the current Invitational format is going to be retired and replaced with the same format used in YCS events as Genesis moves out of early access and plugged into standard tournament systems. Okay. Any extreme outliers? Artmage, which got shit on. Instead, 2 decks reached outlier status with more than double the showing of Lunalight in the Invitational, Dracotail and Radiant Typhoon Runic. Okay, I am really happy that these 2 decks are on their radar, because these are the 2 decks I am the most frustrated about in the format. And the thing that has allowed Radiant Typhoon to kind of skate under the radar is that there are 2 different Radiant Typhoon decks that play a little differently. There's Radiant Typhoon, the deck, and there's Radiant Typhoon Runic. And Radiant Typhoon is also playable in a large manner of like 3 slop piles as well. So we'll see. Dracotail operates as a high-power Shadow style deck, and in some cases even includes Shadows. Yeah, I mean, it's functionally just the TCG deck. It's incredible. They explain how Dracotail works. Unlike the standard Radiant Typhoon decks, Runic has an excess of removal, draw, and search, and almost all the extra cards are quick plays that also attack the opponent's main deck. It's often a deck that never has to attack at all. We think it's fine to have a deck in the format that's analogous to the old Needleworm deck-out decks, but this combination where you get to play 2 entire decks that are individually good enough to win on their own at the same time has become so widespread that neither main engine will be completely free after the next update. Well, I would say that I don't feel Runic needs individual point hits, but certainly Radiant Typhoon needs excessive point hits. You know, it won another giant card. You know, it won another pod this past weekend. So I am glad to see both of those for sure. Any extreme usage outliers? In Pittsburgh, there was only 1 card used in 30% more of all decks. Droll and Lock Bird. Oh. 63% of all possible copies of Droll and Lockbird were played. That's crazy, because I imagine it includes decks that are at 100, right? This may sound low if you're used to looking at Master Duel or Advanced, but, well, not really. I mean, but for Genesis, where there's a cost to including it, that's a ton. Speaking just as one person on the team, I'd consider anything over 33 as a generic to be an outlier and take a look into what whether it's that way because of specifically countering a deck trend or it's outperforming its salary. For Droll, the answer is both. Ugh, man. Which makes the Bologna number shocking. Only 35% of the maximum number were registered. Well, I would still say probably that's enough to warrant an additional hit. Which advanced format cards were popular? Only 4. 2 players decided to use Pot of Greed and Mirage of Nightmare. 1 played Heavy Storm and 1 ran Rongo Nimiad. I hope that means we will annihilate Rongo Nimiad. We are planning to line it up with the release of Phantom Revenge for the next update, as there are some cards in that set that proactively attack the main and extra deck. We're going to take the NA release of Frey as an opportunity to take some extra time for this update and also prepare a what to expect. We're aiming for the 15th, but we'll let you know on the what to expect if that changes. That's a perfect time. Great. Fantastic. I hope that they are able to integrate the remote duel stuff. Here's what I'll say about Genesis as a close to my thoughts about the format. At present, it feels like TCG with a different slew of top decks, right? And this is a problem we had in Trinity format when we were first building it as well. It is not sufficient for the format to just feel like TCG with another slew of top decks, because that could be accomplished by a specifically targeted ban list, right? If we want Genesis to feel like something else, it has to have a different style of gameplay. And right now, it doesn't. It feels like the Onomat deck just goes first and tries to wombo combo into a card that wins the game immediately. It feels like if you're going second, you have a saving grace and a hand trap that ends your opponent's turn, but otherwise you are totally boned. I will say it is certainly the case that there are more decks that seem playable than there are in the TCG at present, but I would be really frustrated if the changes to the Genesis format did not include a huge change to Droll and Lockbird, substantial hits to Radiant Typhoon and Draco Tail and Automat, and I would also like to see Rongo Nimiad moved all the way up to a hundo. I think there are some other decks that are like ubiquitous but not a problem. I don't have an issue with Artmage being very popular, but also like very beatable. This Vanquish Soul deck is probably fine where it is at present. And one final thing I think should be considered is the Herald hand traps feel really, really strong for 0 points. It is my opinion that if you are not playing one of the like 4 top decks in the format, you should be playing a deck with enough fairies to facilitate a Herald package. And this week that was like Pearly, Madolche, the Super Quant deck had them. Like a lot of people were like, sure, I'm just going to play Herald of Orange Light. Like that, those Herald of Orange and Green feel a little strong. All right, bada bing. Let's do freaks. Twitter freaks. Oh, why'd you go and say that? Twitter freaks. This website was a mistake. Yeah, Twitter freaks. All right, let's see what we got. It's going to be a short freaks today. Actually, I don't know if it is. All right, let's see what we got. Did we do a Jewish wig? I think we didn't. Take these chains off and say it again. Side-eyeing white people who go to H Mart. Nintendo setting ever. 3 Labubus doing a 6-7 at the McDonald's drive-thru. Clash Royale level 16 is just like the Holocaust. Kabuto King. We got to do Kabuto King. George Santos. OU Part 2. I think that's yeah, OU Part 2. We got a lot for OU Part 2. We got to George Santos. Kalshi bet about ethnic cleansing, Electroharmonics, the Trussy, Palantir, cocaine, Zoran is holding an umbrella, create an AI, Husk, Trump wins the award, prediction markets will replace buying stuff, psychotic episode because of the Pluribus ad, Brian Johnson, steak tartare, reparenting in real time, evil Chinese scientist, inclusivity, FNAF, we're going to Auschwitz, an ex duos with me, Agarthan math edit. Candace Owens says that McDonald's ad, halftime ad. We're all gonna die. All right, and now of course the whoa, dude, we're so laggy. Leaf Lady, thank you for the 1,000. I need professional scripting help with a Deltarune video. Was wondering if you might be open to that, or who might. I am not. I unfortunately cannot at present. You should hit up the Duologs. He has like a script writers that could help you for sure. Lag to stop you from freaks. I think I just opened too many things. Okay, Somalia, 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 Somalian Destiny. All right, we're caught up. Jesus. I need to restart my computer. It has been a while. Pretty obviously, it has been a while. Not up here too much anymore. I'm going to close out a bunch of shit here. All right. Everybody ready? Do you not shut it off every night, Joseph? No, obviously not. What are you talking about? Twitter freaks. We got some bangers for you today. The first is going to be this. This says, "This is stupid. POV, you are wearing a wig as a Jewish woman."
A Jewish Orthodox woman will cover her hair after getting married. The surprising thing about all of this is that you can cover your hair with a wig. Now that raises the question, if the wig looks like your hair, then what's the point? If the idea behind it was to hide a woman, then that wouldn't really make sense. But the only thing that's being asked is to cover your hair. So you can truly do it with anything you want.
Okay. Now, this is true. Orthodox Judaism, woman covers her hair after marriage. She's like, I'm covering it with an exact replica of my hair, so I still get my hair. Now, this gets a lot of bullshit, but I will tell you this. I really, really like the way Judaism approaches God's dictates. It is really cool to be like, yeah, so God lists a bunch of really specific stuff that we should do, and we are going to do what we can to find a loophole to those things. Like, I do like the concept where being like, yeah, we're gonna just get one over on old God. It's to be honest, I think it's really cool. Like, that's like a really fun way to appreciate it, you know? Like, I don't understand how they think God is omniscient but can be tricked. If God is omniscient, why would God ask for such a specific thing knowing that you can subvert it with a stupid loophole? Clearly, he wants you to do one very specific thing and the loophole's okay. It's like CinemaSins. It's like they're trying to beat God. It's like a movie. It's like lawyering. It's just lawyer shit. I love it. I think it's great. And this is one example. People are like, oh, this is stupid. Oh, what? You're gonna try and scrutinize God's intent? You're gonna do an intent analysis on God? God, what's the point of this rule? Who knows? God's judgment escapes human understanding. Do not purport to understand God's compassion. Shit. What how many how many times have we heard parable of the workers? You don't understand the machinations of God and the mechanisms by which his compassion is given, so let the woman wear the hair on top of her hair. I like it. He wrote down the rules. He did. Next up. Okay, I have to talk to you about this genre of AI slop. Many people hate when I talk about AI at all. I don't know why. It's because they're like, I'm going to turn on the blinders and pretend that AI doesn't exist. Listen, AI does exist. People are using it for evil things, and it's funny to watch the evil things. So this is a whole genre of AI slop that I absolutely love. They have this huge, like, Hulk-style guy strapped into a chair, and he's surrounded by, like, National Guardsmen. And the judge is always like, because of your crimes, you will be sent to jail for 47,000 years. And then the guy will always say the same thing, which is some variation on 47,000 years, take these straps off or take these chains off and say it again. I love it. It's great. Let's see an example right here. This is what they look like.
All charges listed before this court, you are hereby sentenced to 6,700 years in federal prison.
6,700 years? Take these straps off and say it again!
For all federal offenses listed, this court sentences you to 6,200 years in federal prison.
6,200 years? Take these chains off and say it again!
All charges brought before this court, you are hereby sentenced to 7,600 years in federal prison.
7,600 years? Remove these straps and say it again!
For all federal crimes presented to this court, you are sentenced to
He doesn't even fit in the room.
7,100 years in federal prison.
What could top this?
This court, you are sentenced to 8,000 years in federal prison.
8,000 years? Take these chains off and say it again!
Oh man, I don't know what to say. There's some boomers now who think that Bane is real. Who are like, yeah, Bane is a real guy. And he lives in my city. I don't know what we're going to do about this. The concept that there are people that are just scrolling YouTube shorts and just watching 40 of these in a row. They're like, wow, we're really putting up the bad hombres. They're telling me to remove these straps and say it again. Why do they all say that over and over again? Cybersmith fell for one of these? No, he would never. He's too smart. Next up. Okay, incredible discourse going on right here. So there's been weeks-long discourse on TikTok about side-eyeing the white people who shop at H Mart. Oh, brother. My grocery store is actually a source of cultural heritage. Come on. I was reading the comments under one of the videos, and this one is killing me. Wait, as a Mexican, would I get side-eyed? No, Mexicans cook so much food in Asian restaurants, and we love y'all. So this one, this one manages to be both insanely racist and like, no, don't worry, you're one of the good ones. It's so good. Oh man, I don't know. I'm Asian, and this is true. Yeah, it is true. Great stuff. There was like a weird period of like a year where we were trying to cancel like crackers for trying to make a dumpling, and it was like, I'm sorry, like, welcome to fucking America, baby. If you have some sort of regional food and you bring it to America, it is going to get totally chewed up and spit out like 1 trillion times. It just happens. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's just gonna happen. Won't stop me from doing whatever I want. I am white. True. Actually, so true. And the upside is sometimes you get the greatest food ever made, which of course is Tex-Mex. Food is like the one cultural thing that is meant to be shared almost by design. You know, I don't know if it's like a result of increasing atomization that people are like, I have to cling on to the one thing that's mine, which is like heritage recipes. But like, you can do it, folks. Like if you're a cracker, you can make a dumpling. It's okay. Next up. Dude, this rocks. So Nintendo finally added a volume change to the new Mario Kart game. And you would expect it goes from like 0 to 100. No, it goes normal, loud. This one I thought was just funny. Oh man, Nintendo is the greatest company of all time. They're like, we don't want to fuck up the aesthetic of the feature here. Oh man, the only two volumes, normal and loud, yeah. All right, this is super important. This is what's behind me with Sydney Sweeney, 3 Labubu's doing a 6-7 at the McDonald's drive-thru.
This is unbelievably great.
Okay.
All right, there's 3 of the hottest dolls right now that are attached to purses.
Labubus.
Yes, and they're at a fast food where you take your car to get fast food even faster.
A drive-through?
Yes. What's the Scottish hamburger place?
Awful way to describe McDonald's. What?
Sorry. As a clown. Clown is a mascot.
McDonald's?
Yes. And they're doing.
Wait, so 3 Labubus are going through a drive-through McDonald's?
Yes, but they're also doing a TikTok trend involving numbers. Everyone says it. It's not 41.
Oh, I can't say that.
All right, this is painful to watch, but this is where the video gets really good because she says I can't say that, and Jimmy Fallon is like, she's thinking of 69, and she can't say 69 because that's the sex number, right?
No, you can say no. Go. Subtract two, I think, from what.
So he's like, no, take 69 and take 2 down. And she's like, I am thinking of 6-7. I can't do 6-7 because then everyone will go 6-7. So she's like 6-5.
You're saying.
No, I can't say that. That's the trend. Wait.
No. There's a number.
I know. Is it?
It's not 66.
I know, but I feel
She's like, I don't know how to describe to you that I'm not allowed to say 6-7.
like I'm gonna.
No, you can say it. It's not 68.
I know it's 67.
Yes.
See, like, she knows it. It's just
3 Labubus doing 6-7 at McDonald's drive-thru. You can say that.
I don't know.
awesome. Dude, I can't believe that talk shows are dying. Late night looks as good as ever. Oh, that's me. Fucking epic, man. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Next up. Okay. So you guys heard of YouTube Hyped? So the way Hype works on YouTube is people can pay some amount of money to put you on a second trending page that doesn't matter, right? But of course, you can do this to any video. So here's what we got. Clash Royale level 16 is just like the Holocaust. The #1 hyped video on the platform. What's the third one? The company in this thumbnail supports rape? Oh no. Looks good. Looks good. I think that... How horrible can #2 be if it's censored? Awful stuff, man. How long has this existed? It's probably one of the least used, least interesting features on the platform. For the reason that you would imagine. Next up. Okay, let's talk about this guy. So I'm going to say this right now. Kabuto King is an inside job. So this guy, Kabuto King, says, I'm going to collect every first edition Kabuto card from the 1999 fossil set, right? He had like 2,000 of them. Friend of the channel, Chris Lofton, had a viral tweet where he said, I have 3 of these things and I'm going to keep them forever so that he doesn't ever have all of them, which is funny. As a result, he has basically overnight, like 50 times the price of first edition 1999 Kabutos, right? He says, now here's where it gets interesting. Yeah, this is not the interesting part. Almost immediately, people are like, let's do a crypto scam alongside it. $Kabuto. And it has not only caused a huge market surge in this unplayable ass card from 50 years ago, it has also caused a bunch of people to lose money. And this person, Kabuto King, to my understanding, has just totally pivoted to like doing crypto and stuff. And I'm like, is there allowed to be one fun thing that happens on this planet before it becomes like tokenized in a really irritating way and there's like a rug pull? I just like, I believe from the get it was planned to be a scam. There's no way that this was ever going to be anything other than this. Man. MBT coin win anytime, man. Anytime. The bad version of Seance guy. Oh, Seance almost made it. How much money guaranteed would you need to do a rug pull? I'd do a rug pull for $1 million. I found a really cool way to give back to my fans. All right, next up. Live boldly, speak shamelessly, and never apologize for being the main character, especially when everyone else is stuck in the supporting cast. God, he's so gay. I love him. He's great. He is just the greatest man to ever live. Friend of the channel, George Santos. Maybe we can get him for MasterChef Season 2. Next up. All right, day 2 of Oklahoma student accuses professor of religious discrimination. So if you watched last Freaks, you know OU is currently in a state of disarray because someone turned in a really bad essay and got a 0 on it. If you watched that, you know that they made a huge mistake, Turning Point USA did, when posting about this, which was they posted her essay, which is just clearly bad. So here's what we got here.
No. Okay, we're okay now. Cheryl. This girl is a pre-med major, not a volleyball major. Every grade counts. The fact that this graduate student that criticized her, who, by the way, luckily has been put on administrative leave by the university, which is...
She was pre-med? Oh my God.
Believe the right call for this decision. Now it's me turning the lights off. I'm sorry, America.
Wow.
You know, this can't happen at the university level, in particular when every moment of an education is so crucial. Good for her for standing up. And she did say that more students need to stand up. I hope we see more of this on college campuses across.
I hope we see less, but I hope we see more of Utopic Lightning. Thank you for the 50 gifties. Holy shit-a-moly. Did you fuck up something? He says, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, wait. Twitch, no. Oh, no, wait. Accident. Oh, no, wait. I'm sure you could charge it back. That's funny, though. 50 subscribers. Well, thank you for the $250, which I'm sure will change back. Oh, man. Okay, next up. She maintains that she should have gotten 100. It's that I think I should have gotten 100. I've gotten 100 on every single essay in this class, and I write them all the same, exactly the same. The TA has never had a problem with how I write my papers in this class, so it has nothing to do with the title or grammar or how I write or anything like that, Fulnecki said. I'm honestly... a lie. 100? You think you should have gotten 100? The real Comyar, thank you for the 10. Childwin, thank you for the sub. There we go. Holy shit. Not good, folks. Not good, folks. Why does she even want to pass when she should just be fulfilling her duty of being a traditional wife? That's what I'm saying. Next up. Statement from the University of Oklahoma. This is a separate event. On Wednesday, a lecturer allegedly demonstrated viewpoint discrimination by excusing students who intended to miss class to attend a protest, but not extending the same benefit to students who intended to miss class to express a counter viewpoint. Immediately upon learning of the situation, the director of the first-year composition told students in class today and by email the lecturer's actions were inappropriate and wrong, and the director put them on leave, I think. Lawyer for the University of Oklahoma. Man, I don't know. Good luck to anyone on the legal staff at U Oklahoma. That's, oh man. My counter viewpoint is I want to get out of class. All right, next up. Okay, we should probably talk about this. Our entire life is becoming financialized. I think Polymarket, that or Kalshi, has now signed an agreement with CNN where you can like bet on news stories. And you can now bet on whether Gaza will be ethnically cleansed or not. On Kalshi, you can bet on whether there's going to be famine in Gaza. I don't know what to say, man. This is evil. This is, if you do this kind of thing, bet on like, will millions perish? You are going to hell when you die. Holy shit. I guess it is like DraftKings just made so much money that like CNN was like, I've figured a way out of our current predicament, which is that only 67-year-olds watch the news. And that's, we're going to get a bunch of like crypto people to bet on if there will still be Palestinians next year. I don't know, man. This is as evil as it could get. I urge you obviously not to do this. And Jesus Christ, imagine watching like World War III fold out in front of you, and instead of being like, oh my god, like the world is ending, you're like, fuck my parlay. Actually, that's kind of funny now that I think about it. Okay, next up. This comes from Derek at website homepage, one of the good posters remaining on the site. Electro Harmonics just sent out this email. This company makes guitar pedals. Their most famous one is called Big Muff. Okay, keep that in mind. This comes from Electro Harmonics. Magnetospheres' stored energy can contribute to AI. There is a vast, continuously replenished source of energy in a magnetosphere on the side of Earth facing the sun. We have a plan to tap it. There is a pressing need for energy now to satisfy the huge demand required to power artificial intelligence. Electro Harmonics' plans to tap into the vast amounts of replenishing energy stored in the Earth's compressed magnetosphere would fulfill the huge demand for energy required by AI. This energy is created by the solar winds and their constant bombardment of the magnetosphere ions spewing from the sun at over 1 million miles an hour. For more background, click here. Inform me of your comments and interest here. Rock and roll. Mike Matthews. Yeah, I mean, why not? If a book selling website can become the #1 business in the history of time, who's to say that a guitar pedal website can't harness the secret energy on the Agarthan plane? Like, what the hell are you talking about, dog? Mike Matthews is a crazy ass motherfucker. Basically has always been. All right, well, at least he fits the bill. I would not want a sane person making my foot pedals. I will be honest. Next up. The Trussie is back.
In 2022,
they tried
I
to
was
silence
deposed from
her.
the office
They
of
failed.
Prime Minister of Great Britain. I tried to save our country from the doom loop it is now in.
We set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy.
Say that again. Well, I mean, she sure set up a low tax for Great Britain, if you ask me.
That would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit.
I was blamed for a market crisis that was not my fault. The deep state and their allies in the media and politics tried to destroy me because I challenged their decades-long failure. Now I'm back. I will expose the people who brought me down. I will take on the deep state. I will tell the truth about what is happening in our country and across the West. Tune in to the Liz Truss Show every Friday. Tune in to the Counter-Revolution.
The Counter-Revolution, and it's a YouTube channel. Oh, man. First off, amazing. Second off, can we get her for... Are you guys going to be mad at me if I get her for Chef? I know people were mad at me because I got Nigel Farage for Chef just because he wants to do a little bit of the Holocaust again. Are you guys going to be mad at me if I get Liz Truss? Yes, I'm getting a lot of yeses, but I'm also getting some no's. So who's to say who's right and who's wrong? Oh my God. I don't know. Like, this is going to be the first YouTube series not to hit mid-roll. Oh man. The first one's out. I haven't seen it, you know. Next up. Okay. So This guy's been everywhere this week. This is the Palantir CEO, right? I think. I'm gonna be honest. Like, these are the people who control the world right now. These like tech quadrillionaires who are like, I run a security firm that makes the software for the surveillance state, right? Once you hear this guy talk, our predicament that we're currently in, it's all gonna make sense. So let's just watch it together.
Like, I made a lot of decisions when we began talking and knowing each other 10 years ago. Hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago, or more. When I made you know this. Yeah. Like, I made a lot of decisions.
There's been a lot of footage of this guy that people have discovered over the week. This is the most consistently coked out guy I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what to say. God, he just has ADHD. You ableist. I mean, he's certainly taking a lot of Adderall, but I don't think it's because he has ADHD. He's taking some stimulants. Oh my God. Ski slope where his nasal cavity should be. They responded to this and being like, he came up with this incredible idea while on the slopes, and they were like, there's no way you're using that language. They didn't mean doing cocaine. They meant he was on a retreat. All right. Well, he's not the only powerful person with something to hide. New York City Mayor Zoran, who I'm going to be honest, has already sold out. I was totally on the Zoran train, but then what did he do that is evil? I forget. He has completely capitulated to the Zionist project. I don't know. You just can't read. You can't read like ANCOM tweets. There should be a big blinking light when you see a tweet that says, "This person is 14. All right. He said, don't attack ICE agents. Yeah, he's been under fire this week because he released a video being like, if you encounter an ICE agent in New York City, here's what you should do. And one of the things he said was, do not run away, because they will use that as obstruction or as resisting, and they will get you on that, even if you have not committed a different crime. And everyone in the comments was like, you need to run. You can escape. And it's like, dude. Like, oh my God. People online I am 14. I'm 14. Get a lawyer. Okay. Anyway, let's check out this. Zoran's team decided he looked more humble holding his umbrella and used a transparent umbrella to light him better and avoid him looking sinister on camera. As mayor-elect, he shouldn't be holding his own umbrella.
Yes, sir. How did it go in there, sir?
It went well. I appreciated the conversation that I had with Mayor Adams and his team, and we focused on how to make this as smooth as possible of a transition and how to continue to serve New Yorkers.
Honestly, I don't know how you can watch this and see anything other than a demonic force. Like, he should not be holding his own umbrella, right? He should have a slave hold his umbrella. In a perfect world, he would have a DoorDash employee holding his umbrella at any given time, right? All right, next out. Okay. we're creating affronts to God. All right. Second Me is a platform that creates an AI identity based on you. It takes your photos, it takes your voice, it takes your notes, and it creates a second you, a virtual copy. It is an AI-powered identity that sounds and acts like you. I'm actually not surprised at all. I saw this coming a mile away. You can take your generated AI identity and let it go out and talk to other AI identities to find people who think like you. Instead of limiting yourself to what other people have in their online bios, you can now have a surrogate exploring for connections. AI does the legwork, and as soon as it finds matches, it lets you know and helps you take over. So this is the Matrix. We are making the Matrix right now. This is, oh, okay, all right, yeah. I'm sorry, this is, I don't know, idolatry? It's blasphemous somehow. I'd have to think about it, but like, what the fuck? No. Doesn't this happen in Homestuck? Yeah, this is the AI autoresponder. Yeah. Holy shit. No, I don't like this. What if the AI is like, we should create AI? I don't want to be doing this job. It's just AI's all the way down.
The entire world has been AIified.
Me describing turning on the simulation.
So the future is just me talking to AIs? Or maybe there's a way. What if I could use AI to bring human connections back?
Dude.
Hey everyone, I'm Tao. For the last 2 months, we've been secretly running a global campaign, beta test after beta test, and people love it.
We've been trying to define a totally new relationship between me and my AI. What if my AI is actually me? And what if this AI me could help real people connect?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. The AI is going to replace you. The AI is going to replace you. It is going to replace you. It will replace you. It's going to happen. Secondly, can you fuck your own AI? I need to know if you can fuck your own AI. Are you allowed to fuck your own AI? Yes. Okay, all right. Next up. Okay. So Trump's kind of mad that he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize, right? So FIFA came up with a really good idea, which is they are now going to annually give out a FIFA Peace Prize. And wouldn't you know, Trump won it. Let's just watch this together. Here.
Please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go. Right now. Okay. Let me hold
He's like, I'm going to put it on right now.
Fantastic. Excellent. Please
Cool.
welcome.
Honestly, all I have to say is if there's any organization that is justified in creating a peace prize, it's FIFA, the #1 most respected and uncorrupt organization in the history of time. What the hell? Like, was anyone else in the running? I'm winning it next year. You watch me. I'm winning it next year. All right, next up. Okay. Back to gambling. The co-founder of Kalshi says the long-term vision is to financialize everything and create a tradable asset out of any difference in opinion. Here's an example of a positive externality of liquid prediction markets. Software engineers and truck drivers are at meaningful risk of being automated into obsolescence, but they have no way to price that risk and hedge against it. Prediction markets fix this. Okay, so that's like a bunch of buzzwords. What are they talking about? Well, what they're saying is you should, as a truck driver, bet on a Kalshi poll that says, will truck driving become obsolete by 2025? And think of it as insurance. And if it pays out, boom, you're a billionaire. Bet against losing your job. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I saw one quote tweet that was very funny that was like, prediction markets will solve everything. I order on DoorDash and bet $15 that someone will not deliver me a pizza. A DoorDasher picks up a pizza and seconds before dropping it off, bets on yes, they will, and gains a huge profit. Oh, man. Miserable ass shit. Why don't sports players do this, by the way? Wow, that's a great idea. A sports player betting on a team and then they get to play. Wow. That's actually a really good idea. Ugh. Warm right now. I'm wearing these black socks, folks. Also, ask Otani. Okay, next up. The thing about Otani is he was betting on him winning. Like, you should be allowed to do that. Oh my God. Okay, next up. It was Otani's interpreter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was his interpreter. Oh man. Next up. Okay, this is crazy. My schizophrenic sister hospitalized herself because she thought she was having a psychotic episode where someone was attempting to communicate with her through her fridge. Insane person behavior. Turns out it was an advert on the LED screen. Okay, needs some advice. She's not capable of organizing most of her affairs. 2 days under monitoring isn't the first time she's been kept in, as she has had previous psychotic episodes once every 2 years or so. During this time, her medications were adjusted. She rang me to tell me someone was trying to communicate with her through her fridge. She booked a taxi to A&E and was driven there. I finally got her back a few days ago. However, when I was scrolling on Facebook, I saw an advert on a smart fridge that said the words, "We're sorry we upset you, Carol," against a creepy yellow background that was very ominous. It was an advert for a TV show. My sister's name is Carol. I sent her the photo and asked if this is what she saw. She confirmed it. Is this legal? Now, I know what you're thinking. A schizophrenic person might misinterpret an advertisement. Let me show you what this ad looks like. Okay, if my name was Carol, I would think someone was trying to contact me through my fridge. What are you talking? First off, why is there an advertisement on my fridge? I hate the world, man. I hate the world. I saw a tweet that was like, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are getting obsessed with older technology. Yeah, no fucking duh, right? Like, this is what we're working with. Oh, well, that's just the refrigerator running an ad that baits you into a schizophrenic episode. Fuck me, dude. No. I don't even need to have a mental illness. If my name comes up on the fridge is getting shot. I don't know, man. Oh, man. The fridge got updated. There didn't used to be ads on it. Why can you do this, man? Why? Dude, why are you allowed to do this? You should not. You should not be allowed to do this. It should not be legal to buy a fridge that later becomes a mechanism by which an advertisement can be delivered to you. Oh my God. Next up. Okay. I cleaned out 48 years of toxins from my blood. I analyzed what came out, and what I found blew my mind. Results at the end of this post. Blah, blah, blah. More of this stupid shit. But who's going to chime in? The vampire billionaire. I did 4 of these treatments and saw no significant difference in toxin levels. Listen, if nothing else, this guy is a fantastic guinea pig. He's just getting every single insane woo surgery to like artificially extend your life. He's going to tell us which ones work and which ones don't, I hope. Let us know which ones turn you into a vampire and which ones are a waste of money for people who write 1,000 character long Twitter posts. Oh, man. That's good. That's funny. Next up. Okay, this is so good. I deadass thought this was an AI image and the egg and meat would come prepared. What the actual fuck? So what's going on here? This guy saw a picture of steak tartare on a DoorDash menu. He didn't know what steak tartare is, and so he bought it thinking it would be a cooked burger. It arrived like this, obviously, and he's like, what is going on? First off, why are you eating steak tartare from DoorDash? Secondly, ate a bite and this shit was disgusting, so I got to work only to try it and realize it's 10 times worse this way. He cooked it. He was like, well, if it's not done, I guess I'll just go ahead and cook it myself. It's awesome. He goes, to the haters, dare a white boy say he never knew such a thing as a tartar existed? Well, maybe don't order it then. What are you he's like, well, I figured it was just an AI image and I'd get a burger. Oh my God. This is bleak. I mean, I will say this is like the problem solves itself. If you're the type of person who buys a steak tartare off DoorDash, then, you know, it's not going to be a problem for much longer. Oh, man. Next up. Type of customer that comes in when you're having the worst shift of your life.
Okay, again, you're allowed to dance. Yeah, you might feel awkward, even be a little scared. That's okay. There's no rule against dancing. It's okay if someone sees you. You're just dancing. You're free.
If the world was ending, I'd wanna age play with you. Dude, it's still going. I just think people are upset there's not enough magic in their lives. Ugh. Solo Bagel, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Please tell me she's playing this loud-ass music in the store. I'm sure it was added in post. If I saw that in store, I would be like, okay. As a parent, can you explain what reparenting is? So as a child, she was told not to dance in the store. Now she's like, no, I'm going to let my inner child heal by allowing myself to dance. That's fine. Whatever. Surely there's a way you can do this that, like, doesn't need to be posted online. It's just age regression. I don't know how to be like, it's just age regression, right? I'm betting $50 on the parlay for Age Play Song plus 21 reference. True. Not really the same thing. Oh, you know all about it, huh, Rebby? What'd she say up here? Surely there's something better than having to work for the annoyingly racist ABDL guy. Who's that? Next up. Okay. Evil Chinese doctor is back. Okay, so if you guys don't know this guy, he's constantly posting shit like this. About how he is going to use genetic engineering to save the human race. He has been to jail 3 times for illegal genetic experimentation. He's an incredible poster. My lab have a technology that can simultaneously modify 10 genes in human embryos now. A not-for-profit organization promised to donate 300,000 won to support the living expense of the twins. I refused. I will not trade their privacy for money. The 122 Chinese scientists who signed the 2018 letter are traitors. Yeah, gene editing is 100 times more powerful than nuclear bombs. I love this guy. He is evil, though. You all have to understand he is evil. Here's his status. The Economist journalist declined to quote my response. Hi, I interviewed Henry Greeley for an article to get some views on the opposite view of the experiment. We have some quotes from him, which you are welcome to respond to with a comment. He claims in his book CRISPR People that you are not qualified to practice human germline genome editing, having no expertise in the relevant fields. Do you have comments on either of these points? Fuck you, old man. We can't include this as a response. Would you like to give a more appropriate response? Fuck you, old man. Okay, I'll write you decline to comment. Honestly, incredible. Beast mode. Actually beast mode. Closest we have to a Batman villain. Except for those guys who are going to prison for 7,000 years that are Bane.
Cannot teach all subjects If one teacher cannot teach all subjects, then why is one student required to learn all subjects? I said what I said.
Wait, that's so true. Wait, that's so true. We are so dumb, dude. School 2 cannot happen fast enough. School 2 cannot happen fast enough. There's only one solution to this. It's School 2. Oh, man. Okay, next up. Okay. When you find an author who wants to be inclusive to all readers, I guarantee you will never ever guess the kind of inclusivity she means. All right, I will because I've seen it, but here we go.
Christmas morning, it's 7 a.m. on the dot, but it's time to wake up.
She publishes 2 versions of her books. Oh! Well, first off, that's a lot of work, but it's got to be what? Like one that's man, woman, and one that's like gay or lesbian, right? Maybe there's black people in the other one. All right, let's check it out. That actually looks like two white couples, 2 white hetero couples. One spicy and one with kisses only. Dude! Come on! What about those of us who want one without kisses? What about one of the ones of those who want the sex but none of the kisses? Come on. Oh. This is actual age regression. Available now on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited. It's called clean/closed book version, and this is called spicy/open book version. What is open door version? Oh, are they like swingers? Dr. Melissa Diamond. Her last name is Diamond? That's a really good last name. Oh, okay, next up. House parties need to make a comeback. Comeback. This one makes me sad. It's like, dude, people still have house parties. You not getting invited to them? Is that what's going on? Oh man, I'm sorry. I just would not be printing this. I can't. You couldn't catch me dead posting like, why don't people play video games with each other online anymore? They all just want to go to bed at 7 p.m. Oh man, check user location. All right, let's go. Postman bloke. U.S. All right, let's go. Oh, jeez. Viral. Nice. Oh, man. Next up. This is awesome. This one is so good.
Today is my birthday's boyfriend. Today is
Wasn't that funny?
my boyfriend's 30th birthday, and I decided to make it a little bit more special this time. So I'm gonna lie to him and pretend that I only got him a small present, which is this shirt from Calvin Klein, which is not a bad present, but probably not good enough for his 30th birthday. I love a good surprise, so I want him to think that this is all I've got for him, and then later on his present is gonna be hidden inside the cake. And no, I'm not proposing to him. It's something he really wanted for a very, very long time.
It's something he really wanted for a very, very long time.
Even before we knew each other. I'm so proud of myself for making it happen. And he will have no clue. I am really excited to see his reaction, and if you're excited too, keep watching this video.
Oh my god, we're more than halfway through the video. Get to him.
Come here.
Hi guys.
Don't look. I got you a very little gift this time.
Thank you.
It's small, but it's nice.
Okay, give.
You love me, right?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna look very smart in that. I think my Diligent. I like Calvin Klein. It's a very nice shirt.
I like he's like, great shirt. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate this. This is a nice gift.
Very nice.
It is. You're disappointed?
He's like, are you disappointed? She's like, listen, I need you to be disappointed for this to work. No.
You wanted something more special?
Aw, he's so sweet.
The cake arrived and I was super excited to finally surprise him with it. At this point, he was thinking that this is just a beautiful birthday cake I ordered for him. Happy birthday to you!
Alright, chat. The last 12 seconds of this video are gonna knock your fucking socks off.
Here I'm telling him that there is a surprise inside the cake, and for him to reveal it, he will have to remove the top piece and have a look what it says.
Oh, we're going to Auschwitz, yeah?
Let me know what you think of this.
All right, who got it? Who got? First off, he doesn't seem very happy. He wanted this for. First off, he wanted this for a very long time. What? He wanted this for a very my parlay. Oh my god, we're going to Auschwitz, yeah?
A surprise idea. Today is.
What the fuck?
Thinking that this is just to remove the top piece and have a look what it says.
Oh, we're going to Auschwitz, yeah?
Let me know what you think of this.
Oh, we're going to Auschwitz, yeah. What do you want me to say? Oh man, oh my god. Honestly, he seemed to like the shirt more. I agree. Check Vitals, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. This is wow.
Surprise idea.
Great surprise idea, yeah. All right, that's enough Twitter for the day. I literally screamed, oh my god. No, my parents didn't have names. They were taken from them by Calvin Klein. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Okay, next up. Okay, this one's great. Tony Chow is so good at posting. I can't believe. I duo queue with my ex every couple of months. We don't talk about it. It just happens. 2 a.m., both online. She sends the invite. Or I do. Neither of us acknowledge who sent it first. The Discord call is 90% silence. No how have you been? No seeing anyone. Just pings and callouts. Flash down. Jungler bot. Nice. That's the whole conversation. Here's the thing, though. Our 2v2 is still nasty. She knows when I'm going in before I ping it. I know her cooldowns better than the last 6 supports I've played with. We don't communicate because we don't need to. 400 games of muscle memory doesn't give a fuck about relationship status. We'll go 7-2 together, maybe 8-1 on a good night. Then it's GG and we're offline for another 2 months. No follow-up. No, we should do this more often. Nothing. Because we both know what this is. It's not friendship. It's not rekindling. It's not even nostalgia. It's that neither of us has found better synergy. And that's the uncomfortable truth about duo queue. You can break up with someone and still be stuck with them competitively. You can hate someone's guts and still combo perfectly in a team fight. You can move on emotionally and still be hard stuck trying to replace what you had in game. Some people have exes they still fuck. I have an ex I still duo with. Honestly, not sure which is worse. Study the Sasuke way. Incredible, incredible post. Kangas here too. Studying. She texted. Oh my god, so true. Is this the league cut guy? It is the league cut guy. 2 bangers back to back. All right, next up. There are Agarthan math edits now.
A man named Jeffrey Epstein has kidnapped...
Agartha needs your help. You must solve this integral to reactivate Agartha's force field. Good luck, my child.
Bro, what the fuck am I meant to do with this? I thought sin x over x had no elementary antiderivative.
But there is still a way to get a value for this improper integral.
Why is he Australian?
Ah, I see. We basically define a function that is equal to our integral at a certain point to turn it into an initial value problem.
Using Feynman's trick, we can differentiate under the integral sign.
So now we can just use integration by parts here?
It's quicker to do the Laplace transform of sine.
Oh yeah, so it'll be -1 over 1 plus t squared. Now what though? We need a value for c?
All we got to do now is compare the limits as t approaches infinity of both expressions of I of t, yielding this simple equation.
Alright, so we have the specific perfect solution to the initial value problem. Now we just need to sub in 0.
Marvelous work, my son! You have resheathed Agartha's defenses! You have saved your race! Agartha...
So this is insane. But I will also say, why is this person like become this like symbol of like white nationalist, like Agarthan Aryan dominance, right? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but this is not the first life that this image of the white man alien has lived. Yes, that guy. This is the Ashtar Galactic Command. I know this guy from the Consult Ashtar counterplan, where you would identify the Galactic Command as the highest order of omnipotent beings on Earth and run a consult pick. And I don't know, like, what the hell? Are they just found this image again and they were like, done, yeah. Isn't it a weird space-themed cult? It's a weird space-themed cult. So, I mean, I'll go to the Wikipedia right here. Ashtar is the name given to an extraterrestrial being or group of beings that a number of people claim to have channeled. He is a humanoid with blonde hair and European features. It's a UFO religion. There's like an insane person who claims to speak with him. He made a bunch of predictions, but none of them came true. So, oops. Did he hit his parlay? No. Can't believe we're doing conspiracy plus white nationalism in kids videos. Yeah, things are not going well. Things are not going well. What are you linking me? Some Jesse Cotton bullshit. I'll check it later. What do we got? I just found this Agartha edit for a Catholic high school. What? Dude! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my god. I think the kids are not all right. I'm pretty sure, actually. I saw this and I just went, man, I mean, I'm doing the same thing. Holy moly. Bring back Charlie Kirk teaches you how to do a differential.
Value for C? All we got to do now is compare the limits as t approaches infinity.
All right, next up. Okay, new AI ad just hit the World Trade Center. McDonald's has unveiled its own AI-generated Christmas ad.
It's the most terrible time of the year. All the shops turn to mayhem, even Santa knows space.
It sounds good already.
It's the most terrible time of the year.
Oh, awesome clip.
And the cookies burn too. Freaking chaos, it feels like a zoo. It's the most terrible time of the year. So you flee from the madness, the lights and the cheer, and hide out in McDonald's till January's here.
Awful. It just looks terrible. And honestly, I will never go to McDonald's ever again. Also, like, what is the sell here? It's like, yeah, Christmas sucks. Dude, I fucking hate Christmas. It sucks so bad. You should go to McDonald's instead. They play this in Guantanamo Bay on repeat, I guess. Not good. Next up. Can you believe it's not the worst AI bullshit that we have to look at today? So this one is called Haggle, or Halftime, and it dynamically weaves AI-generated ads into the scenes you're watching, so breaks feel like part of the story instead of interruptions.
Regreso el sándwich más importante del año.
Okay, watch this.
Harvard Trivia, the lightning round. Go. Pulitzer Prizes. 46. Nobel Peace Prizes.
Jessica, what are you doing here? Eating. I was just...
No, come on, man. I was just gonna... Oh, let me put this up to the camera. Be fucking for real, man. It's the Cerveza Cristal thing? Miserable. Miserable, man. You got one for friends?
So I told Carl nobody, no matter how famous their parents are, nobody is allowed to climb on the dinosaur. But of course, this went...
But he's a boxer and has...
Just immediately stops everything to put on Beats by Dre. Awesome. So good. Oh, that's so good. Please go to SpongeBob next. I don't know what to say other than sucks, man. Really sucks. Watch the product placement sketch from Wayne's World. Yeah, that's a good call.
Listen, we need to have a talk about Vanderhoff. The fact is, he's the sponsor. And you signed a contract guaranteeing him certain concessions, one of them being a spot on the show.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but for me, the beast doesn't include selling out. Garth, you know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
Ah, new print. Little, yellow, different.
Look, you can stay here in the big leagues and play by the rules, or you can go back to the farm club in Aurora. It's your choice.
Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation.
Ugh, man. Rob Lowe.
Rules.
He is looking young in this. All right, next up. Folks, the economy's crashing. The U.S. Labor Department has canceled the October PPI inflation report. This comes on the heels of another report that says layoffs are going to be worse than they ever were during the recession and approaching depression levels. So it's over. Yeah, the banks are out of money. Blow up United States economy button. I don't know what to tell you other than what do we do, man? What do we do? Maybe it's time to learn Mandarin. Yeah, no. Great Depression. Yeah, I don't think there's too much that great about it. Panic now, take out all your money from the bank. I think that is a good idea. Let's go to the bank, try and take out all our money all at once. I hear the banks are out of Hitler's. Great time to learn Mandarin. I've been stockpiling food and water. I like eating, so there's no amount of food I could stockpile. When it happens, I'll just die. How's that? I'll just die. All right, next up. Okay, we got to talk about Somalia. So Trump did this. He said this, which is, I mean, honestly, maybe one of the most evil things he's ever said. So in Minnesota, there is a sizable Somalian population. All right. So he's talking about Tim Walz, the only likable guy from the last election, He's mad that people still like him, and he's like, oh, that guy is so stupid.
No, I think that Waltz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him, okay? There's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when
Awesome, first off, really good.
I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars.
So what is he talking about here? I guess like people who immigrated from Somalia, he's like, they're ripping them off by living there?
Billions. Every year. Billions of dollars. And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%.
Subtle.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
Just Somalians in general. I don't want them in our country. Awesome, dude.
I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, man. I mean, just like crazy racist, you know, the type of shit you'd hear at the dinner table and go, you know what, Grandpa, let's go talk to the psychiatrist again. It's just him saying, I want all the Somalians back to Somalia. And he doesn't mean like they're illegal immigrants from Somalia. He's like, people who have emigrated from Somalia need to be sent back because I don't like them, right? Well, unfortunately, this is bad for a number of reasons. The first reason, of course, is that it's an insane racist tirade. Largely, you know, it's been cool that there is a large Somali population in Minnesota. The second reason is that he is trying to hide the truth, which is that all the founding fathers of the United States were Somalian. I mean, honestly, these are real pictures. You remember when Putin tried to open the oldest tomb and he saw that they were all black, all of them. All right? This has kicked off a week of incredible posting. This comes from Son of Somali. Minnesota is the only state with Somalis. It's surrounded by 47 other states who hate them. We are calling on Germany to give us $10 billion and some nukes. We agree. I have heard rumblings that the Somalians are considering a two-state solution with the Dakotas. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just want to say absolutely not. Here we have, there is no takeover. Minnesota has always been our land. My ancestors were born in what is now called Worthington, Kismayo. Map of Minnesota 3,000 years ago. Somalia's promised land. Grapefruit, glad you're here for me to talk about the end of this. Freaks, we're just doing a bunch of racism today. A group of Somali explorers discover Minnesota. This, I believe this is AI, but actually it's also possible that this is real and actually just happened.
Brothers, behold it. The white land of the north. Snow everywhere. But look, the skyline, just like on the old drawings. 3 centuries our elders taught.
Behold, this is Somalia. 3 centuries past, it was promised to us. On these horses through the snow, we have found our land at last. It belongs to us now.
I think this actually did happen. I'm getting word from my producer that this did happen. That this is a historical reenactment of a real moment in time that was filmed. Thanks, MBT. We just finished making a chocolate orange tier list. I'll be honest. I'm American enough that I didn't know there was a difference between chocolate oranges. I buy whichever one is available. 1776 Declaration of Independence. One of the founding fathers of America was a noble Somali man. Alongside Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, he signed the important documents declaring independence from British rule in the promised lands of Minnesota to the people of Somalia. This really happened. Ben Stiller says, Somalis are not garbage. Immigrants and refugees from anywhere are people like you and me. Every time. Track Sompak, $9 million from independent expenditures and campaign contributions received from pro-Somali interest groups. Literally true. And finally, manifest Somali destiny. I will not be happy until the entirety of America is ceded back to the Somali people, and they let us keep New England as like the cracker strip. That's what we get. that's the real image. This is actually real. This is what happened. That's what Putin saw when he opened the oldest tomb. I don't know. This is a fun one to end on, but boy, things are getting bad, aren't they? All right, see you next week. I'm sure things will get better. All right. Y'all ready to do this director's commentary thing? See if I can pull up Dan. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm just pulling up. Do you need me to pull up a camera or no?
Yeah, I don't think you have to.
Oh, okay. Well,
we'll just run it.
I wasted a bunch of time doing it.
So if you have a camera, I'll throw that up. I didn't want you to have to do extra work. But if you already have one, then yeah, I will fucking take it.
Give me a second.
Window capture.
I'm hearing you twice, and it's
I
like
bet you are
crazy. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I muted your stream.
Nope, that's wrong. There we
That'll
go.
work.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing on this fine day?
Sleepy. Very sleepy.
Me too. I have EP man disease. Oh my god. So chat, someone floated the idea that I thought would be kind of cool. For those of you that don't know the person on camera, this is Daniel Kirby. He is responsible for like 99% of that video that went up on my channel the other day. And we thought some people were like, it'd be cool if you guys talked about like making it and did like a little director's commentary over the track. So I thought we would do that.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, let me get a little.
The deadbeat dad vid. I love that.
So
that's perfect.
First and foremost, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, video came out on my channel, I want to say like 4 days ago, called How to Play Yu-Gi-Oh! And this was the 200K sub special, which is out maybe a year after we hit 200K. I know what you're thinking. Awesome. But it came out so late because of the amount of work that was put into it and shit like that. And most of that work was done on the part of Dan. So I will say the pair of us have already spent some time kind of watching reactions to it and stuff. And I don't know. Largely, I've been pretty excited about them. I think there are some pretty understandable criticisms. I don't know if you've been steeped in the language of Joseph, you fucked up this video over the last couple of weeks, but or the last couple of days. But I think the number one issue people had is people couldn't decide what they wanted the video to be, right? I've gotten equal comments that are like, you should have made it more about the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And less about playing it. And I've seen a lot that are like, you should have made it almost exclusively about playing it, because at present it takes about 20 minutes for me to even talk about starting to play the game. There was one where people were like, you should add like a game into it so people get a sense of how the pace of play is, but we had one of those. By the time it was ready, it was massively outdated, and it kept getting outdated.
Yeah.
The short of it is, I don't disagree with really any of the criticisms. I just kind of feel like I don't think it could be the video that is everything. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think it could have been either. I think if we would have done that, the video would have been 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And we even cut some things.
We cut a lot. Yeah. And personally, for me, I was like, I would have appreciated, like, after I saw it all put together, I was like, oh, pacing wise, I could move stuff around. You know, this probably shouldn't be in there. But honestly, more than anything else, I just wanted it out. I was like, I just would like this out.
Yeah, it was definitely time. I definitely think there were some things we could have moved around into different sections. We probably could have filmed a few more scenes as well. Maybe that would have helped. The one thing, I guess, during filming, we'll pull back the curtain a little bit. We were more focused on like the information that was given, as opposed to how we were going to move from one point to the next. I think that was a challenge in the like editing process of it, but I think I was able to move from piece to piece to piece enough to like get us there.
Right. I'm gonna throw this on 125. I'll turn it down a little bit, and I guess we'll. Do you want me to share screen? I think would be easier.
Yeah, it would probably be best
instead of just watching.
Like, if I go through, if I go through stream, yeah.
Oh my god.
And I guess I can answer any questions that are in chat or anything like that too. Make it easy. I agree.
All right, there we go.
Cool. Just bringing it up on my end. Yeah, we're good.
Let me guess. You saw my last video, picked
hear
up a stack
anything.
of singles, and decided to give Yu-Gi-Oh! A spin. I should be sharing audio as well. Here, hold up.
I don't hear anything.
I love Discord web app.
Yeah, I know, it's great. I had to go through OBS and the camera on there just to get what I wanted. Well, now I'm hearing me too.
Right, because system audio includes you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can't you just show you can't show just that window?
I can, but if you show just the window, it doesn't let you share audio.
I mean, I know the video pretty well. I feel like I don't need to.
Okay.
I don't want to listen to the audio anyway.
That's so true. Oh, maybe it does let you.
I am now gone.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out together.
Okay. I'm just a gray blob on your screen now.
There we go.
On
that
your
should be
stream.
better.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I exist.
All right.
High-level monsters require sacrifices in order to call upon their
So,
great power. And you rolled up to your
we
local
filmed this like
Fuels game night, armed with
basically on a whim.
Yeah.
The weekend that we filmed most of these shots, Danny and Leah were randomly like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Yes." And then immediately we conscripted them into doing this fucking thing.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
Leah right there. And then she gets up and becomes me.
And you got
Well, I think it's implied that like you go on to the next round, you know.
Yeah.
Wall comboing you into your chair Broly style, far past the point where your Gemini
It's
a lot
so
of
sad
this
that
did
Leah
not.
You grimaced as they summoned monster after
A lot of
monster
this didn't
without
look
any
like this
sacrifices
in
whatsoever.
the original cut.
And you couldn't
Yeah.
believe when the game ended on their very
We borrowed the deck as well. We came there and I was like, "Fuck, we forgot to get a deck." And so We had to grab it off someone, and we were like, "Does anyone have Ryziel?"
What if you didn't?
Damn,
Yeah,
I
it
love
was
this.
nice, like somebody.
I love this opening sequence. I think you did a crazy ass job.
I think my favorite part about it is I was watching a lot of The Bear at the time, and I really wanted some like fast-paced, like cut, like that crazy style that comes from The Bear, and I just wanted that in here.
Is dead.
So we filmed this at an abandoned warehouse, like 20 minutes from my house.
Has sprouted new flesh in
Do you love you kind of just going across?
Yeah, I
the
just like
screen there?
fling across there.
That's because the thing broke last minute, and I was like, I can't fix this.
Yeah.
As you've grown, it has too. A culture in cardboard, lightly played on TCG.
This is your favorite warehouse to film things? We filmed things here a couple of times, yeah.
This scene, I actually had like a bunch of different ideas for that just didn't come together in the final edit. I really wanted to use the poles on the side of the building in a much wider shot and mask like a lot of different things that were going on that you were talking about, and use them almost as like pictures and like film, and like how film would move across, and I wanted those different instances to go across. The problem is that we were low on time. We were trying to figure out the teleprompter, and it just didn't really come together in the edit.
Yeah. We got the funniest piece of criticism I saw was, why is this not flipping right to left like a manga? And I was like, oh, right. Fuck.
Like, who cares?
Yeah, that's one that...
Whatever, dude.
I agree with that. I think that person's 100% right.
I mean, so I had a whole... Like, I'll probably say this about every scene, but I was prepared to film this. My original idea was I wanted to go to a library. I have all the manga, and I wanted to sit it on a shelf and grab the manga and like film like these different pages being opened and looked at as you were like saying everything. But again, it was just lack of time.
For some reason,
What'd you do that in?
The manga pivoted.
What do you mean?
The manga.
You want to pause it?
Yeah,
we can kind of go back to it. This is just in Premiere. Premiere and like After Effects.
That's crazy. This was Woods.
For some reason,
yeah, this was
audiences
Woods.
loved Magic and Wizards and demanded more of it. The manga pivoted. It was
I think the thing, if we do ever do something like this again, the environments we chose will be a lot more
deliberate.
I guess deliberate. Yeah, that's a great word for it.
No, this one was fun, and we also, there were a couple of people who walked by and were like, what the fuck are these kids doing?
For the game.
Sorry.
Generally do things, but those things vary wildly.
Was that an effect lens or post? It was post, yeah. No, we filmed it with
it was all
a cheesecloth over the camera.
That could be played in the same way
Yeah,
as
no. It's all post.
mostly be making it up as they go.
You want to pause
It
it
took
real
a couple
quick?
of tries,
Yeah.
but eventually
I guess for anybody that wants to know, I guess like on the back end side of it, like what we filmed with, everything was pretty much shot on an FX3 with Sigma 24-70, and a lot of the top-down stuff was done with a 16 to 35 millimeter G Master 2. Those were all shot in S-Log 3, and then color graded from there. Some of the scenes, like you'll see different color grades on them. This one in particular is like a neutral filmic. It's a little bit more orange. It's a little bit more old looking with like a 4x3. And the rest is just like Rec 709 with just like a basic LUT. And then color graded from there to like just pull out some of the color a little bit more.
pioneer a way for people to pay for cardboard. The release of Yu-Gi-Oh, as we know it, coincided with the second season of the anime, in which one of the characters releases.
We got dinged last minute for the anime scenes.
Basically,
there was like a 10-second Zexel scene that was like, sorry, this is copyrighted.
Was ripping off Magic the Gathering. So adapting the game into something reminiscent of
Who's
the
watching
Magic card
Zexel
games
that figured that out, by the way?
to avoid liability.
I don't know. I got hit on another video one time for like Cyber Dragons, and I was like, why is
A
this
rules
important?
committee managed by American distributor Upper Deck Entertainment did the best they could
Zexel is
to make a
notorious for
product that was
copyright
beloved
strikes.
in its
Well,
own right.
I didn't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh was a
I didn't think
phenomenon
people cared
all the way
enough.
to the end of the anime's run. Once Yugi and his friends' adventures came to a close, a significant amount of duelists sealed their binders away with the Pharaoh's memories. A new series debuted.
I did want to kind of highlight in this. I don't know if it was a universal experience or I'm just projecting based on my own, but I feel like culturally, GX, just like around GX, there started to be this huge like drought in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh's cultural import that had like all but evaporated by 5Ds, and certainly by the end of 5Ds. I liked this transition that, except for one thing, is like a clip I kept in for Dan to show that we were moving to the next scene. He was like, "I'll use it as the transition," and then we have the little Karibo interview.
And the rest of the internet at this point, and I love
Wait,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
wait, I don't think I understood that. What did you say?
When I go, except for one thing, the clip we used.
Yeah.
So the little Karibo
interview
interview is pretty interesting. First off, I love this. I love this thing you put together.
By making fun of them, by sort of
there's especially during the interviews, we got some feedback that was like, you needed to do more interesting stuff, and I'm like, man, people, you gotta let the speech speak for itself here. We can't do ADHD style editing the whole time. There need to be breaks. But we filmed this. God, last November, and in that time, I lost my half of the audio, so we had to re-record the questions, and I didn't really know what they were.
10 minutes. That time has extended.
Yeah, I tried so hard to save it.
You can, at the very end of each little Karibo thing, you can hear me say the next question, and you can't hear what I'm saying. So,
well, that was just in the rough cut.
Yeah.
You don't hear it in the
players, but also for YouTube.
But
what was it like being around for the
we were
early
just
days of the
lucky that we
platform?
had his audio.
Gosh,
so
yeah.
I think it came out.
And I will
in
say,
its infancy.
interviewing him,
YouTube,
first off,
at the
very
time,
kind guy.
had been around
Second
for
off,
at least, I
the
want to say,
best
better part
person
of a
I've
year.
ever interviewed.
And,
like,
I
he knew
wanted
the
to
answer
make,
to every question
content
in 2
for
seconds.
some
He
time.
gave a
YouTube was
concise,
really the first,
interesting answer,
real
and then he was like,
opportunity for a lot
done.
of people
Like, he
to
didn't
sort of
like
sit
kind
down
of
and get their
hem and
hands
haw
dirty
and go on to
actually
next
make
things.
stuff
The
that
entire
would be
interview
easily
took like
accessible.
5 total minutes. And
So
I finished and I was
I
like,
think
you've done this
that
before, huh?
it
And he's
was
like, yeah,
right
I've had
place,
this
right
exact
time for
interview
me
maybe a
in a lot
dozen
of
times.
ways. Because a lot of people, there were a lot of
I
people
honestly
making
think,
things
like,
with shoestring budget.
because he was
you could
so
tell that a lot of the
well-spoken,
creators that were putting
I
stuff
didn't
up
really feel like I
were just
needed a ton
one
of visual
person
here
sort of
either.
riffing
Like,
on
just
a
listening
concept.
to him was nice.
It was the
And
Wild
the
West,
interview parts
anything
were
goes, and Yu-Gi-Oh!
mainly
Kind of fit
there to
neatly
be
into this
like
sort of
palate
anime
cleansers.
shaped hole.
Yeah, they're to
Let's
kind of
take a
break
breath,
up
let's
the.
slow
People
down.
uploading anime content, but I don't
That's
know
why
how many
Yeah.
when
were
people are like, I
uploading
wish it was just like a straight
consistently
through
sort of a
explanation
running
of the
series
rules. I'm
of
like,
anime
one,
themed
you can do that
comedy
using the
videos.
okay, I guess the
And
timestamps
when
broke.
I first put it out there,
But you
I
can
didn't
use
know
it
was
using the
gonna be a series.
timestamps.
I thought it was just gonna
And
be sort of one and
second,
done.
I think it's really important
So it was as
to,
much a
if
surprise
you're
to me
watching it, just
that
to
the
keep it
YouTube audience
you from
and
like
the
zoning
general
out,
sort of Yu-Gi-Oh!
put in
fandom,
things that are like,
latched
here we're going
onto
to
it
take a
as
little bit of a
passionately as they did, and I really
second
do,
to reflect.
I really am gobsmacked by it even to this day.
I mean, that's why
It's
I liked
so
when we went to all the
incredible
different
to me that there
environments
were
because the
people
audio was different
who
each
really,
place we
really
went.
got enthusiastic about the fan project.
Where there was like background noise or
I'm a
anything like
big
that, it's
proponent
always
of
something a little bit different.
fan-based content.
I know there
I think
was
fandoms are,
I know there was a certain
really
part where
creative
people did
in
not
what
like
they
the
do,
audio,
and
but
I was honored to be
we'll
even a
get
small
there.
part of it.
Yeah.
Since then, you've become a
The little Karibo thing that I really liked is he talks so, like what I wanted to talk to him about that I can't really get from anyone else is like what it was like making content and in many ways driving
I'm a pretty low-key
position
guy.
of what had
I will
become an
admit that
almost
the
exclusively
attention I
online
gathered that I
fandom.
gained from it was something I really had to get used to.
And I think Yu-Gi-Oh! is, I say it in like 30 seconds, one of the earliest like capital O online fandoms where like in person it was like, oh, that Pokemon thing, but there was like a huge group of people who cared about it on the internet, the burgeoning internet, like the 2003-4 internet. And
definitely not something.
I think the coolest thing about when he started to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, it's what inspired, and your chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they inspired, or he inspired the DBZ Bridge.
I'm always very humbled
and
by
that whole
it,
crew.
That whole crew and him are like
come
are
up to me and they say the quotes, and I often get asked like, do you get
on and
tired
off
of
working
it?
together,
I never
yeah.
get tired of
But
the
yeah, you're right.
passion that people show.
Because I think didn't he come in and
that
do
sort of thing.
Frieza for them?
I think it's
yeah, he's
it's a
Frieza.
huge compliment. I used to be that guy. I used to be the guy shouting quotes at people in class. I would like come into school and just start quoting.
I know, right?
I'd watched the night before. And
crazy.
It was so
it's just an
good.
expression of love. It's an expression of enthusiasm, and I always take it that way. it's when people talk to me like I am the characters that gets a bit weird, because I'm not an Egyptian pharaoh. It might surprise you to learn.
His answer ended so
but
good too for
yes,
the transition.
I'm very humbled, sometimes overwhelmed.
He was really good.
But always grateful.
Yeah. And then this is just ripped off from Dan Olsen. I love it.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I can't remember the guy that you sent me.
It was
when we
Dan
got
Olsen.
The original idea. It was Dan Olsen. Okay. So I probably halfway through the edit on this, I needed to go back and watch him again and get like kind of re-inspired on like what you were kind of looking for on these things.
Mm-hmm.
I had different ideas about using different pieces of media to help explain the different scenes, but for some of them, like the pillar and like the post office and whatnot, I was like, if I put you in a thing here, it's going to be way too overcomplicated.
Yeah.
We were just lucky on some instances where we just didn't film a scene.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was one of the first properties to cultivate
but it
what we
let
would conceive of
me
as a modern
kind of
fandom.
have that
Let me be clear. It certainly
ability
wasn't
to
the first
use like a
community
different
full
piece
of
of
people
media
writing
for this.
fanfic, building
And
characters
all this
and
is,
characters, and
I've
getting
seen
shit
some
bits about
like
who Tristan was
maybe a
supposed to be
comment or
fucking.
two about like the nicks in the phone and stuff like this. There's just a
photo.
Photo where I put a green screen on my phone. I have like my screen protectors cracked, so I was like, I could change
these are
it,
genuine
and it's, like, really
cracks.
clear.
They're not for the
These
video.
are genuine cracks. It's not for the video. So like it adds to the texture of the phone and it makes it feel a little bit more real. And just having the nice overtop lighting with like
online fandoms.
with like a big old light up
The internet
top
was
and like
becoming
the
a more
little shadows
impactful
off
driver of
everything. It
real-life
feels
culture daily. And in the time
really
before YouTube was the standard for video sharing, people
just
were
real.
willing to
And it
trek
feels
to other
really like it
homepages
sucks
and
you in
watch
a little
some
bit more.
questionably DMCA'd fandubs. Importantly, this fandom didn't stay
And
online.
I just really
While
wanted to put
cultural
you in a
barometers
phone
like the
again
first
because
use of
that's the
Uwu
comment I
were
always get from
conceived
you
from a
on
dial-up
stuff like
connection,
this.
Is I want to be in a
translated to
phone.
very real presence in
Yeah,
real
because
life.
I've put people in
Cosplayers,
phones before on
writers,
like different
and
green
con
screen things,
attendees
and I
chanting,
think your
"Screw the
comment is,
rules,
why
I
is he
have
in a
money," to
phone?
thunderous applause permeated the news
Like,
at a time when online fandom
oh, you don't like that he's in a phone, eh? What if he's in a phone the whole time?
This community and the dedicated fans and creators within it was
Pick your
sufficient to
iOS.
keep the
You're going in the
franchise
phone
alive,
for 1,000
but
years.
hardly thriving. As GX faded into the distance and millennials became more obsessed with fancy lattes and renting, than
There were
cardboard,
sometimes throughout
Yu-Gi-Oh!
this
entered a
though,
period
like
of
I
stagnation.
tried to match
Merchandise
your
disappeared from
dialogue.
shelves, tie-ins became
'Cause,
fewer
like,
and farther between.
you're just a
Huge
smart
portions
guy.
of the ongoing show weren't even
And I
being
was like, how do I
translated or dubbed.
match like
It's
these
hard to
$5
explain to
words that
today's
you got going
Sumerians.
on? That
We got
probably-
one comment that was like, this script is like so overwritten, and I was like, it is. Like, I can't beat that piece of credit. It's totally, I'm totally up my own ass a whole bunch of times. I'm like,
This cultural drought continued
I
until about
definitely needed
2017,
someone to,
when
maybe
Konami
next time I'll
Duel Links,
contract
half
Danny
gacha,
to just
half
highlight a
old-school
portion and be
Yu-Gi-Oh!
like, shut
simulator.
the fuck
It's clear
up.
This app was designed for a couple of months, maybe a year, of
I
juicing
wanted
the last
Danny
few
to be
nostalgic
like
millennials
more
out of their
involved
avocado
like
toast
throughout
Konami
the
was
video.
instead
Tough year
blindsided
for
by a
Danny.
reaction they hadn't been expecting.
I'm sorry?
People actually
It was a tough
liked
year for
playing
Danny.
Yu-Gi-Oh! It was also
Yeah,
the
I
last
think
point for a
the
competitive
thing that I
scene
really
developed
wanted
at the
was like,
community level by streamers
or
like
would have been a
DK.
cool part
This
to the
massive
video
success
that
signaled
I
to
think I
Konami
had
that
the idea for it
had
more at the
something here.
end.
And they raced to
Was I
capitalize
wanted to
on the
show
IP for the
Danny's
last few
progression
years of the teens.
alongside of like what was
FYE
going on because now
tie-ins, a new
he
game mode designed to
starts the
reintroduce
video as kind of
anti-synchro
like
holdouts to Yu-Gi-Oh!
your main
Shirts,
character or the
skateboards,
person that is
pop-ups,
watching
Funko
this video
Pops.
for this
For the first
information.
time in forever,
And I wanted to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
give some
fans
type
were
of
eating
closure
good.
to like
Around this
his
time,
like
another
little
figure
mini
emerged,
arc right
the
there.
Yugi
Because
Turbo.
originally the
People like
ending
Kokurubo
I
had
wanted
been
to
making
do
Yu-Gi-Oh!
with
videos
Danny,
forever, but tons of
but
people had since
Danny wasn't
realized
available,
everything
so I was
about
like,
card
fuck,
games
I have
online
to find
was a
out how
viable
to do
model
this.
for a
But
YouTube channel. Skits,
that's why I
deck
ended up like
profiles,
filming
and duels
myself.
using janky
It's
simulators
white Danny.
We'll get to that point. Just a different Danny.
had nurtured a niche but beloved base of so-called Yugi-tubers like Vexicus666, Mega Capital G, and Galacticod. But emboldened by the game's renewed cultural impulse,
God, I miss Vexicus. He's like normal now.
These showmen made weekly
I never
reality
watched
show
any of
style
these
series
guys.
like SEMO, cinematic
Yeah.
content
Except
like
for
Nim Nim,
Simon
and more
Cage.
traditional streamer
Dan's a new
highlights
gen.
like Farfa.
This is my meme too.
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Had become more than a
You
hobby.
made that?
I did that meme for
Pains not to
Farfa.
mention
I
it as
I made this too.
it had
That's me
become a
right there.
movement. And the
That's like
hits
an old
kept
video
coming.
from like
During
7 years
COVID,
ago.
A lot of people were spending a lot of time inside, and there's only so many sourdoughs you can start.
Also, I forgot you had long hair, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah, for during COVID. It looked like shit, but it was COVID.
Card games
Yeah,
were
you're
with
alright.
tons of
The,
potential tourists suddenly saddled with a shitload of free time.
The sausage guy
Konami
cameo
capitalized
was
with the release of what
awesome,
remains its
but
flagship moneymaker,
it was
Master Duel.
happening at the same time that I was on Twitter being like, he's killing himself, man.
Recording.
I'm here with Paragon of the
I love
Community,
Sasha. I
Farfa
watch him all the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
time.
Or should All I? right, we had to
Um,
cut down like 95% of this interview. So I want to talk to you a little bit about. I should have been more specific to Farfa about what I wanted, but I basically wanted him to be like, what was it like jumping from Dueling Book to Master Duel? What was it like when Master Duel came out? Because I don't know if you all remember, chat, but there was this like unbelievable energy, like about not only Master Duel, which of course was crazy, but just Yu-Gi-Oh in general. People were like, oh my god, now it's accessible, now I can play it. And all these people who had like counted it out were like, I'm back in, I'm totally back in. And I mean, it really was like a renaissance for the brand. Of course, you know, time will tell if it was successful or not.
I think Master Duel was just after COVID, so during the COVID era, we did.
I had an opposite reaction when Master Duel came out. I was really excited for it, and then I started playing it, and I never jived with it. I've like barely touched the game.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah, it really was just sort of.
But it's so good.
Yeah, when I edit like 6 matches a week, I think I get my fill.
2 a.m. What happened afterwards? Do you remember like the week following its release?
Yeah, it's crazy because I think
there's that Gage video
people in general reach this like
from the beginning of the like 3 or 4 months ago, where he's like, we'll play the format from the beginning of Master Duel, and it's just fucking dog ass. It's like a VFD deck, Eldritch with 5 floodgates, Drytron, and then Trizu, which is like the only interesting deck.
Branch off into like a billion different possibilities.
Yeah, I remember that came out when Gage sent me that video. I was like, oh man, nostalgia, and then I remembered, man, I just did not like this format.
Concurrent, like 6,000-7,000 people, like for that first week or something.
So we don't cut back to me here. People are like, I can tell this was filmed a long time ago because you don't go like this when he says 6-7. But I did. We just didn't cut back to me when I did this.
Like
11 or 12 at night, like every day that week, like as long as I could.
I was determined like to not give that meme like any love in this video.
I will say the #1 comment on this video has been, why didn't anyone react when Farfa said 6-7? So what did the Master Duel release mean for the community?
I hate that meme.
You don't like 6-7?
No, I do not. I think it's so dumb.
Very mixed reception.
But I'm old as fuck, so it's whatever.
You're not that old.
And invested TCG players.
Yeah, okay.
Hyped up on Master Duel and got into the game.
For those of you in the audience, Dan is 41.
Was just in Discord calls with one another,
Yeah,
playing the game,
yeah. I mean, that's why on the Wonky channel, they say my memes are outdated, and I'm a fucking boomer.
Hang on a second.
Unk snapped.
This isn't our game.
Dan's like, Dan will hand us a rough, and he's like, all right, so I made sure to put in references to Here Come Dat Boy.
And so people
it's gonna go
to
crazy.
Realize this is just a different game. A lot of like, you know, veteran hard.
Aren't we like the same age? There's no way you're that much older than me.
Average.
Well, how old are you?
31.
You know, boomer who used to.
Dude, I'm 33.
A lot
Okay,
okay,
that's not so bad.
Still invested until today because of Master Duel itself. So
wait until your hair grays, man.
Massive day one. I think 100,000.
That had better not ever happen.
Counter Strike, could you believe?
Unk. Thank goodness he's not 21.
So
Thank goodness he's not 38.
3.5, maybe 4 years on from the release of Master Duel, what has it done to the community, and where has the community landed?
What's 9 plus
so
20?
Weird.
That's
I think I'm gonna
true.
blame you for this, but it feels like the game is somewhat divided between different audiences and playstyles and attitudes towards.
This one's weird. He says like, yeah, the game is the community is kind of divided between like those who play Master Duel and those who don't, and it's your fault. I was watching this back and I was like, why did he blame? He says, yeah, well, I don't really want to blame you for this, but I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah,
position of
it's you.
Uncertainty, but also maybe stagnation is probably the best way to look at it.
Master Duel was an inflection point for the community. Not only was Yu-Gi-Oh back in a
I was
big
also
way,
thinking
but
like
everyone
it would have been
online,
cool
from
to get
big-name streamers
like,
to Olympians to
like
sitting
Galactic God
congressmen
for this.
was it.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh's gone from a childhood classic.
Man, if we could have got another interview with the congressman when we shot that was cool.
Once again,
that was dope as
here's
fuck.
how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I hope we can do something with him again.
It's unfortunate that like it turned out pretty quickly that he actually had to do a job.
Each individual card has a front and a back. Cards printed in Japan and many Asian
couldn't go play Yu-Gi-Oh in Washington anymore.
And as a result,
So this one we went to locals and then just like filmed at locals.
Spells,
yeah.
and traps.
So, okay, I want to touch on 2 things here. One, I was saying like people were like, oh man, why isn't audio coming out a little bit more? That's the point. You're supposed to feel like you're at locals.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be crystal clear.
I mean, we could have done the entire thing like sitting in the chair and doing this audio, but I did like that there was a bit of audio intrigue to it. I will say this is the one part that was like kind of an oopsie, where it like comes in one ear.
Well, yeah, we get there. I went back and looked the audience saw what I did. At first, it was like me just trying to be a little bit cute.
Yeah, because like it's cool when it's like here it's centered and then it goes back to me in the chair and it pans. That's like awesome. But because we used audio clips from both places, it's like I think the pan got fucked up. It affects literally one line in this video, and we got so many comments that were like, "It's unlistenable. How could this happen?"
Yeah, it's just during like one minute of the video too. I saw comments as being like, "Oh, it's like this the rest of the video." I listened back to it like 4 times now. I don't know where it's coming from. It's just that part.
Celtic Guardian, Celtic Guardian, Celtic Guardian.
I did that for Danny.
Yeah.
Here on the right is your graveyard.
Where did you get a super Celtic Guardian? What the fuck?
Don't know. I just had it.
Where did you get these, by the way? These are cool ass heroes. These are the alt arts.
Whoa. Yeah, I've had those forever. They were a part of Legendary Collection GX.
You may play exactly one field spell, and underneath it, the extra deck.
I wish they would print the Clayman though. That's the only one they don't print like that.
Finally, sideways above the graveyard is your banishment, where monsters that have become banished through card
like that
and directly above
fake ass banish zone
are the extra monster zones. This was nice, right?
We actually, originally we used to film on Gage. Actually has like a mat from a store.
Yeah.
Black.
No, I know.
That I wanted to use.
I think we filmed the Broke Boy finale on that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And mistakes.
And the cards just pop a little bit better on that, but.
In 2016, Yu-Gi-Oh's format was in chaos.
I just couldn't get out to him to go get it, and by the time we needed to film this stuff, I was like, I can't wait.
There were still dark times for Yu-Gi-Oh's cultural import, and it was
so I had to order this instead, and it was okay. I wish we would have had the black mat though. Like the colors would have been a lot better on it.
I think you can buy those. I found one on eBay for some amount of money, but I remember being like, I don't want it that bad.
Yeah, I found ones that you can actually have the phases on them. And I wanted to find the one with the damage step because there is one I think that exists.
That's kind of cool.
I could not find it.
So this part was a little contentious, and I understand why. We basically interrupt an explanation of like the game board with like a story about how they fucked up the EMZ rollout. And this is where I think is emblematic of a lot of the response that we got that I like. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of the response we got that I totally agree with, and I think it's like, yeah, we could have done that better. But this is one where I'm like, no, I stand by what we did in that I think that it is just as important when teaching someone how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! To be like, the way things are is because of this. Like, the reason that the EMZ doesn't restrict all extra monster deck types is because there was a fuck up and a player backlash, and people felt that they were being taxed to purchase the new Link monsters. I think kind of the thesis of the video is that you can't learn Yu-Gi-Oh! By sitting down and listening to a description. You have to engage in what I call in the video the cultural osmosis of just sort of like being inundated with it. And that's the same reason we do stuff like throw out haphazard references to like DDD as a combo deck without showing a big-ass DDD card, is because I think it's important for people who don't know anything about it to just kind of laugh along and be like, haha, I'm included, right? Until they are.
Yeah, because I don't think we wanted to just be like holding your hand the entire
exactly,
time.
yeah.
I
think you should feel a little destabilized by it, of course.
4 stars, you will need to offer a tribute. 1 monster on the field to the graveyard for monsters with 5 or 6 stars. 2, 4,
Hardleg, thanks for the sub. I guess the ads are doing what they should.
Ideal of Yu-Gi-Oh gameplay. Each turn you put your best guy on the field, then you compare stats with an opponent like some sort of demonic version of
I'm actually really glad we decided to film the top-down stuff instead of just animating like a dual field.
Yeah.
I think that brings like just a nice element to the video.
I call this implied Yu-Gi-Oh. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Did you not cover the changes to field spells? No, I thought those were boring. It happened 10 years ago.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Lamented for at length by YouTubers who knew everything went to shit when those white cards moved in. But it's never really been the Yu-Gi-Oh that's
You'd also
been
think you could
played.
make a bunch of
In the
EMZs
OCG
instead of
in
simply cards can be
1999,
summoned to
Yu-Gi-Oh
link
was
arrows.
played like this, but it didn't last long.
Yeah, I see
By the
that.
time the
I guess I
TCG
could have
got
explained
its
the
covered hands on
the
this
zones that
cardboard,
are being
our
pointed to
understanding
aren't
of what a
extra
game
monster
of
zones,
Yu-Gi-Oh
but they
was
can
had
house
already
monsters that
evolved
can be summoned only to extra
Those
monster
players
zones.
only got one
It's one of
bonus
those
on
things
the
that'd be
turn,
clunky to
then
script,
cheating
but
that
probably
limit would
is the
net
type of like
incredible tempo.
annoyance in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, like the
special summon is a normal
the
summon,
stupid shit that makes this
You can only
this
perform it
game
by card
tick.
effect, but playing cards that enable them.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
thought
mention
the
pendulums in the
explanation
video?
was
We
fine,
mentioned
though.
pendulums in the spell portion.
So I actually really like that you did that in the script and not just went over pendulums when we were right there. I think it was for a great piece for anybody that, if they know Yu-Gi-Oh and they know the rule set, they're gonna immediately ask the question, "Where's pendulum?" And I think that just gets you on to like the rest of the video and be like, pendulum's just like it's also like this idea of like Konami has like forgotten about pendulum, so we're going to as well until this point.
Yeah, that wasn't my intention. Legitimately, what I was hoping for was if I sit down and explain pendulums, a bunch of people will leave. Like, they just fucking hate an explanation of pendulums. They're like, I do not want to hear about these cards. And I'll be like, okay, we'll hide it late in the video.
Okay, well,
swings
that works the other
special
way.
summoning were nothing new, but now everybody could do it. And the worst part? It was fun. Instead of slowly managing a setup over the course of a dozen turns, games were fast, swings were big.
The next
started
part of this
dealing
is
huge
the
damage
scene.
right
I
away.
think
And
there was
Konami
two scenes that
responded
we
in
filmed. I
kind.
was gonna be like, I don't know
Cyber
how
Dragon
these are
became
gonna
the
take.
template for decades of design. Over the next few years, the normal summon would transform from the backbone of gameplay to an afterthought. Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't about comparing attack stats. It was about special, big combos, big damage. Let me show you what my deck can do. This transformation was aided by a similar design shift in the extra deck. This stack of cards, prepared before a tournament and sleeved up in a different sleeve than the main deck, can be consulted and summoned
Now
from
I'm just
at
watching the
any
video.
time.
Yeah.
Originally, the extra deck contained only one type of card, fusion monsters.
Okay, this is the the controversial donut scene.
And usually have two or more named monsters right under.
But it
the
ended up
deck.
coming together
They
in
can
the
be summoned
edit.
using the spell
I
card
stand by the controversial
extending the
donut scene.
named monsters from your hand or
No,
field
it's
to the
it
graveyard.
was good. I just didn't
Once
know
you've done
how
that,
it was gonna
you can
come
special summon
across
the
at
fusion
first.
monster
But
from your
also, we
extra
got a
deck
lot of
to
people that were
any
like,
four
I
main
do not
monster
like
zones
the
for your extra deck.
the donut scene.
Really?
They were like, it falls apart when you try to do an Xyz summon because you have to stack them, and I'm like, I think it falls apart at links, but
different mechanisms.
Yeah, like
In any of these cases, the
how do you
card
not
will
understand
clearly explain the
stacking two
conditions
donuts?
under which you can summon them. Polymerization
did you eat the donuts after? Most of the donuts were eaten,
Many
yes.
archetypes will have their own
Oh,
special fusion
not bad.
card.
Not by,
that's
yeah,
upgraded
it was
with
at a
its
later
card.
date by
At the beginning of
Joseph.
Advent, these cards were mostly unsummonable trash, with a few exceptions. But everything changed at the release of 5Ds and our second extra deck summoning type,
I forgot to put a Wilhelm screen underneath
Synchros.
the Ojama King.
Synchros are white and usually have
Synchros
two
are
or
white.
materials listed
Damn,
under their
he's good at
template,
script writing.
one
What?
tuner, and one or more non-tuner monsters.
This one was kind of fucked because I had gotten the cronut because I wanted a cronut, or the. Oh God, what is the name of that
To the
donut?
graveyard, provided their levels combined
not a cronut,
equal
it's,
the
no
level of the
idea.
monster you're summoning.
Hmm?
Stardust Dragon, for example, could use a level
Crawler.
4 tuner
Yeah.
and a level 4
Oh my God. That used to be when I was working a 9 to 5. I would get a crawler and I'd get a plane every day, and that would be my breakfast. And I wanted one really bad because I used to get them from Dunkin' because they were cheap. Until I had a guy in New York City. Like you don't want to be getting from a chain. But I missed the Dunkin' crawler, so I was like, I'm gonna get one. And I was like, I guess this can be the synchro, but there's really no way to represent a synchro that doesn't look like one of these other ones. Okay, this is the Xyz.
I didn't get.
You put the donuts on top of each other.
How do people not get that?
And then I was like, let's get a third one with chocolate on top to represent the Xyz on top. Maybe I was a little up my own ass on that one for sure.
It's important
It was stupid, but I loved it. Okay, thank you. It I'll admit it was stupid. This is what we got dinged for, by the way, was Zexel.
Yep.
If you like Zexel, fuck you. There's a lot of people who like Zexel online. I can't believe that that's true.
Well, they're weird.
On the back of a Castel
Yeah.
or an Armades.
I thought we were gonna get dinged for another piece of copyright later on.
You're like, we broke the law a bunch of times.
Could be integrated into your combo setups. Foregoing the
We coulda
principle that
used,
the extra deck was to be reactive,
There's this thing that Gage and I are looking at for a video that'll let us license like actual
and
music.
rather than performing a combo string based on their opener, duelists
I didn't
began
even think about
performing
using
the
it for this.
same combo strings over and over again with 100% consistency, aided by cards.
Okay, I saw some people didn't understand the Dragon Ball here.
Yeah. So I guess the argument here would be like, it's over the text that's like, we're doing the same fucking thing every single game, and it's like the Spirit Bomb over and over again.
Yeah, that's how every arc ends. It's the
I
Spirit
guess,
Bomb.
yeah, I guess it's a little attenuated. I liked it. I got it.
Can be summoned by sending the materials listed on the monster to the graveyard and then placing the link.
I get it. I just don't like it personally. Okay, this one was really funny.
Each link monster has
Because the arrows don't point to the zones. They do the opposite. So in the first draft, we had the donut the other direction, and I was like, no, we have to switch it. And Dana was like, are you sure? Because this one was fucked.
By way of co-linking monsters in a U shape between the two zones, in which case you may utilize both.
And I like how in the original cut I fucked up the U-link.
Yeah, he like made the U-link and was like, wait, do they have to be co-linked? I'm like, yeah.
During Master Rule 4, duelists thought of them as a tax on the pet decks they had constructed.
It shows how
decades
much I
ago.
play.
They're much more straightforward to summon than any of the above.
Should have done
summoning types.
Burger.
But that means that if any of them have effects that are even
Do you think you're gonna
remotely
watch the Yu-Gi-Oh!
powerful,
Death Battle?
they're
Wednesday we will
immediately
for sure.
suspect for a ban. Links have been responsible for more unplayable formats than any other summoning type.
This is
Despite being
crazy, by
around
the way. It wasn't until I went and looked at the thing, I was like, really? There's more links on here than anything else.
Double digits of formats where top decks would kill you before the first turn of the duel. But it's suspected because Summon Sorceress
I'm
was
just
a
glad I had a lot
promotional
of these
card,
cards.
and Firewall Dragon was the ace monster of a popular anime character, Konami refused to ban these cards for years after their original print.
I don't know if this is like capital C confirmed yet, but this is like definitely the reason.
Straightforward version of all of these mechanics. They feel like the logical endpoint of Yu-Gi-Oh! And regrettably, they're extremely
Ooh,
fun to play. It's these two
creative.
shifts
That
in
is
design
true,
principle.
yeah. If
The
we missed
special
that, that's a
summon
huge
as the main
problem.
action taken by
Oops.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Players,
Wait,
and
what
the
was it?
extra deck as a
We never
second
explained that a
hand
link 2
Oh.
could be used as 2
Yu-Gi-Oh!
materials
players.
for a link
Unlike
3.
other card
Yeah,
games,
that's
in which a deck
that's
can perform
important.
completely differently each game based
Yeah,
on
we
the
didn't- we
opener.
didn't cover
A
that at
duelist
all.
will arrive at an
That's
event
okay.
with a
You don't
clear
need to do
end
that.
goal in mind. This is what my deck does. Uninterrupted, they will be able to.
So
do
this
it
is
in- we'll
a
do it
this
in
is a
part
clip
two.
from the
100%
fucking
and
Dank
the game will be
series,
determined
right?
by the effectiveness of an opponent's ability to stop
Ancient
their
I wanted to
attacks,
get
as well as how the
I
opponent's
wanted to
thing
get one from
stacks
the
up
guy who
against
does the
it. Now that we've
confirmations
got a
and he
decent
does like
understanding
the
of different
Hajime.
types of monster cards, let's deal with the
But
most
I
important
was like,
part of them.
I could only find
Paragraph
this.
of text
Just a
with
cat
this
with a
is
mustache.
Any monster card you're going to play is going to be
Yeah.
saturated with effects. Back in the day, players were
Because I
content
just
with
like
a
the
card
way
that did
he
one
does the
thing
Hajime
ever.
edits.
But as decks
Hajime.
became more consistent, they started
Negate.
playing fewer and fewer cards with
Negate.
more applications. To the point where despite the lengthy text on cards, after only a few games of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you'll be familiar with a majority of what's being played. Regardless, here's how to read cards you're seeing for the first time. There are
So
4
half
types
of these
effects a
top-down
monster can
stuff is
have.
like
An ignition
filmed
effect,
just
a
here,
trigger effect,
like
a
with all
flip
this stuff
effect,
behind me, and
a
half was
quick
filmed at a
effect,
card shop
and a
with Josh.
continuous effect.
Okay, I got owned here. I said there's 4 types of effects and then listed 5. There.
Deactivated should you like.
I didn't
at
catch
any
it.
time
Man,
during
like
the
I just
game state in
I
the
have
main
no
phase.
I have no
Another thing about it is, anytime you're
no
just
excuse
fucking
for
around,
that
you could
one.
theoretically set a card or something. You
Who
could
is the
use an
intended
ignition
audience
effect.
for this
A trigger
video?
effect
My
would only
subscribers and
occur
no one
when a
else. I
specific
don't want
event
anyone else
occurs.
watching this.
For instance, Mystic Tomatoes is a monster when it's
No,
destroyed
I
as a
hope
result of
the
battle.
intended
A good rule
audience
of
is
thumb for
people
these
who
cards is if
are
their use case comes up, it'll trigger. This will make
familiar
more
with
sense as we get to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
nonsense
To
like
some
the damage step,
degree
but often if
and
it's
want like a
intended to work, it
complete
will.
understanding
A quick
of
effect works
like
like an ignition effect,
how and why
except it's
people
quick.
play it.
It can be
I don't
activated
think
as
it's
an ignition would,
some
but
people have been
also in
like
response to
I don't
other effects or
understand
activations and
who
during
the
any
audience
phase of the game.
for this is
Finally, a
because it
continuous effect
doesn't
is an effect that applies
go deep enough into the
continuously
rulings to
while the
be a
monster is face up on
perfect
the field.
primer for people
I should
looking to
note that there are a
play,
few effects that don't fall
and
into any of these categories
it's
that we
not
just
for
decided to
enfranchised
call
players because so much of it
classified
is a
effects.
description of
There
how to
aren't
play.
a lot, but if you just
But
read
I
the
think
card,
there
it looks
are a
like
lot
how
of
it
people
works.
who have kind of a
Effects are not to be confused
cursory
with
understanding of
conditions.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whose
Conditions are
friends
parts of
are
the
into
effect
it that
text
they
which are not
would
effects
like
and
to
can't
get
be
into
negated.
it.
I
talked about this a little bit on Discord too, but the actual truth of the matter is this is a video for me. It's an audience of one, and it's me.
There's one more part of the card we haven't talked about.
I mean,
prior to the effect,
it's
you may see
it's
some
kind of
words
like your
followed by
love letter to the
colon or a
game, and
semicolon.
eventually, like it kind
Words
of became
prior
that
to
for
a
me too.
colon refer to the timing during which a card can be activated. Words prior to a
Dude, this part was
refer to the
so
cost that must
wordy.
be
I just
paid in
didn't.
order to activate the effect.
There's just no
Even if the
good
effect
way
is
to be
negated,
like,
you'll
you are gonna
to pay
have to
costs.
learn the difference difference between
One final note about costs is that they
Yep.
aren't effects.
conjunctives.
Cards that get a benefit if they are sent to the graveyard from a card effect, therefore,
This
won't
like
trigger if they are sent to pay the cost of a card. But cards that benefit if they are sent to the graveyard for
I,
any reason
I think I
will.
came up with the
If
idea
this
to do
sounds
the
like you're just
chalkboard
getting
like
a grammar
week
lesson,
before we
sorry, but it's not going anywhere
actually
anytime soon.
made the video.
On that note, let's talk about conjunctions.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
Uses
struggled with
conjunctive
this
words
part
on their card text.
in particular.
Then, also, and if you do, I think you did a good job. And if an effect says to do A, then to do B, those effects
Like
happen
this
in
part, for
sequence,
instance,
and
I have
A must
timestamped. I'm gonna have to go
happen
back
for
because
B
the
to occur.
timestamps did work
If A doesn't
earlier. I don't know
happen
why
due to
they're off
some
now.
trickery by
But
your opponent,
I'm gonna have to go
sorry,
back and
you missed
check
out on B.
because
If an effect says do A,
I wanted
also
this
do
part
B,
to be in the
both effects
video
happen at the
just
same time,
so
and either
people
happen
can
independent of
click
another.
back to it in the
If an effect
timestamp
says
and
do
immediately
A,
get an
and
answer.
If you do B, both effects happen at the same time, but A must happen for B to occur. Finally,
Infinite
and
Havoc, I
A
do.
and B. Simultaneous, but you've got to do both.
Oh, you mean
or
here
neither.
rather than during the missing the timing section?
Let's
This
take
is
a
where I
look.
talk about it.
I got now that's in my head. Iron Maiden.
So if this guy is the director, does he tell MBT how to set up his videos? Not necessarily.
I mean, this one, there are a bunch that you set up the scene, yeah. This one was fucked
Yeah,
too. We
yeah.
just didn't have a transition. So we used me walking out to this pier and I'm fucking like humming Wheatus. And then the karaoke track for this song plays underneath this section.
This is a lot, I know. There's a reason
Yeah, I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
definitely thought we
gained
were
a
going to
reputation
ding for
in
that.
recent
I thought
years
I'd have to
for
do
being
another
for
render.
lawyers.
Yeah,
A significant amount of a card's power has to do with how
So there's a
effectively
point
beasts
of
have
him
scrutinized
staring
its
at the
text.
clouds.
But I can at least attest to the fact
It's-
the alternative is a lot
I
worse.
saw some of these comments too. It's
2011,
like,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Released
why
something
does he
called
have to stare at the
problem-solving
camera?
card text.
Why
A
does he have to
standardization
talk
of
to you?
card
Why
text that
can't he
resulted
just
in
be
the
old
bloated
man points
but
at
functional
clouds?
rules above. Before that, there was simplified effect text, which was
This
better
is
than
the
nothing, but
PSCP.
still
Just
extremely
exists.
imprecise. And before that, there was
Yeah.
nothing. Cards worked
Um,
based on the interpretation of
Life.
whoever was the head judge of the event you were
Right.
at. Here's a great example. Last Will is a card so powerful it's on consistent
This
play
section
until
too.
it's banished,
Last Will was
despite
supposed to
the
be here.
fact that no one knew how it
So
worked.
anybody who
How
thought
many
it was
times
supposed to
can
be
you
here,
catch
it
a
was.
monster?
Oh shit, yeah,
I
it was
got-
supposed to go right to left,
You
right?
debate this if a monster hasn't left the field
Yeah.
yet, hoping
It
the
broke
effect will be
every
active later.
time I tried
Does
to
using
do
a
it. So I
pocket
was like,
effect start a chain?
yeah.
And
but
I could go
we
in and
can't.
edit that out.
These
Oh, but then
questions
it's
were
gonna
so
fuck up
hotly
Wheatus.
debated, the communities that play historic formats that include this card
Yeah,
still
I
get
mean,
in
it's not a
arguments
huge
about how it
thing.
should work.
Like,
Speaking of hotly debated
I think it's
and frustrating
another
grammatical arguments, let's talk about missing the time. Even if your interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is
instance of
relegated
just
to
like
pointing
being
and
able
laughing
to,
from the
because we didn't really
command
have any
table,
interviews.
you
The
must
around
Deity
this
of
section,
Ice,
so-
I mean, maybe not consciously, but I've watched that video a lot of times, so probably.
Missing the timing is the new player turnoff.
I don't know if you've seen the Leah edit of this where she made it say gay sex.
Yeah, that one was so good. It was so funny.
A very specific type of effect activation. Many cards, mostly monsters with trigger effects,
This effect
will
took me a bit
bifurcate
too.
these effects by mandatory or
Yeah, so the way we did
optional.
this
Mandatory
is,
effects can be worded
have
like
you guys heard
if
of cloud
X
seeding?
happens, or when X happens.
So
while
if
optional
you
effects will be worded like, if X happens, then you
take a
can
certain
lock,
kind of boat
or
with a siphon
when
in the
X
middle
happens, then
into
you
the
can lock.
ocean and
Missing
spray
the timing
water
only
directly
occurs
up, you
with the
can
latter
create a
effect.
cloud
For a
directly above
when
you.
can effect,
So this took
the
about
last thing that
40,
happened has to be the
I would say
trigger
40 or
condition
50
being met. And
hours
when I
of
say
just
the last
cloud
thing,
seeding.
I mean
This
the
is
last
this is a
thing.
practical
Let's
effect.
use
It's
one
not
of
done
Latin
in
timing
post.
Mr.
This all
Dupfrog.
really
Explain.
happened.
Dupfrog is on your
Yep,
side of the
we had to
field.
do about
You
like
activate
50
pot of greed,
takes.
and your opponent chains right
So
at the
we were
break,
there for
targeting
like
your
3
Dupfrog.
days.
And it totally
You
destroyed the
resolve
local
chain, and looky
ecosystem
there,
too.
Dupfrog is in the graveyard. Time to search. Well, not so
Yep.
fast. At the point that Dupfrog went to the graveyard, you were still resolving the effect of Pot of Greed. He missed his chance. And the timing. Okay, well, what if instead he's minding his own business when your opponent instead fires a Soul Taker? Destroys
This one's
both
rough
monsters
because
again,
it's like
right?
there's
Wrong.
no elegant way to
Soul Taker
describe
performs
this.
an
It just
action, then
is a
gains life.
shitty fucking
Explain
part
above,
of
then
Yu-Gi-Oh.
conjunction happens
And
sequentially.
I go at the end here,
Going
I'm like,
on
listen,
while
it doesn't
being
happen
destroyed,
often. You're not
therefore
going to have to
missing
worry
the
about
timing.
it. But they keep
Sync
printing
yourself with the
fucking
Dupfrog
cards that
action.
miss the
The last
timing.
thing to happen was a monster being summoned. Missing the
They
timing.
just knew you were
The
gonna
good
make a
news is that
video.
this doesn't come
Yeah.
on often. Konami's done a pretty good job ensuring they never print a card that works like this again.
Just a
But
lie.
Konami's hardly perfect. Let's finish up our discussion of monster cards with an easy one. Abilities.
I just don't
Many
like
cards
this
have
take
additional
from me.
words
I
by
think
the
I say
pipeline
something like,
that
let's just
describe the
get
quality
focused.
of them.
I like
Flip,
flub a
Tune,
word.
Gemini, and Spirit. The latter three
Well,
are
it's like
really popular, and
there
most
there are
have a
some little
written
cuts
effect
like here
text.
and there where I
So for now,
used
let's
from
talk
like a
about
couple of
flips.
our different
As
takes.
discussed earlier,
Yeah.
when a monster is normal summoned, it can be normal summoned
I mean-
How
face up
different
attack
would
or
Yu-Gi-Oh
set set in face-down defense position. Provided it
If
was
no
assigned
cards
this
miss
turn,
timing,
a
it would
set
not
monster can
change at
its
all.
battle position once per turn, and the set monster may
Would
use
not
that
change at all.
to be flipped face up.
Dupe Frog
If
would
a
trigger.
monster has a flip effect, this will trigger it.
I guess that
if a monster
would be
with
the
a flip
difference.
effect is attacked, it will be triggered as well. Let's move on to magic cards. Gem.
This. I think this was like take 3 that this happened.
Where the tripod almost fell over.
Yeah. And it was the perfect way to transition too, because we had.
He said, "How do you want to transition to the next scene?" I was like, "We'll figure it out," and then we just don't.
Holy.
We just don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was, I think, the #1 scene we thought was not going to come out good in the edit.
Yeah.
You did a fucking yeoman's service on this, like making it visually interesting, but we were quite concerned.
And I think I was most concerned because of when we originally shot it and the teleprompter issue, and you were reading from the script the whole time and whatnot. So I was like, what am I going to do visually here? Because my original idea was that I wanted like media within media.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use like the different parts of the pavilion as different screens, and that was going to be like a thematic thing throughout the entire video from the first scene to like the very last scene, because I felt like that was very like Dan Olson and went back to what we were kind of inspired by, or you were inspired by when you initially like pitched this to me. Because like we talked about this
face up or face down.
What, in July of 2024?
Firstly, our spell cards without an
Yeah, I
icon.
think so.
These are called normal spell
And then you started
cards.
writing the
They're
script.
one-time use cards with a singular effect. You can activate a spell card during the main phase.
Yeah,
whenever
so
your
we
opponent
fucked up
is
that
running
part.
around by placing it into one of your
There
own
aren't
type of
counter
trap
spells.
zones, declaring the effect, and then sending
Oh,
them
that
to
was
the
that was
graveyard.
that was
Next up
that was
are
a
your
my
free spell
like me
cards.
mistake.
These cards
Yeah.
affect a face-up
No,
monster as part
but
of
there's no
activation.
symbol for
Usually they
normal
give it some
spells.
sort
I
of
think
benefit.
that's what
You can
happened.
equip an equip spell to
So I
either
say like
player's
there's
face
6
up
types
or
of spells, and it's like,
remains
oh
on the
right.
field as long as that monster is face up. When the equipped monster is removed from the field or flipped face down, the equipped spell is destroyed. Continuous spell cards remain
People
on the
get it.
field once they are activated, and usually, but not always,
It's fine.
include a continuous effect that will continue applying as long as they are face up. Field spell cards are just continuous spell cards that end up in the field spell.
This one I was really surprised I got away with. It was just field spell cards are continuous spell cards that exist in the field zone. But that is actually true. I don't think that is. I was trying to rack my brain and be like, is there some corner case where they function like differently? And they really don't.
The effect's already been activated. This is true for every type of spell.
I think I got that verbiage from somewhere else too, which is why I felt
Continuous and field
confident
spells.
saying it.
They have to remain on field for their activated effects to resolve. Quick play spell cards are spells that can be activated during any phase of the turn. These can be activated on either player's turn, but in order to activate them on an opponent's turn, they'll need to first be set on your side of the field. Notably, when you set a quick play spell, you may not
I think there were
activate it on the
sometimes
same
during the
turn.
top downs too. I
Finally,
probably
let's
could
talk
have
about
come
the
up
last
with a
few
couple
types of spells.
different like
Ritual
better
spells
card
are used to
examples.
perform ritual summons and operate exactly like normal spells. This is
I
a
think
kind of
next
special summon
time,
that
like,
requires a
I'll do a
ritual
little bit
monster
better,
colored
like,
light blue in your
research and
hand
whatnot.
and
I tried to
material
make
from
it
your
very
hand or field.
nostalgia.
This
Yeah.
Like in
whack-ass
this with like the
summoning
black
condition is
magic
a holdover
ritual, is
from
like
early
okay, it's
Yu-Gi-Oh!
supposed you're
Before people
supposed to
realized
think
a
of like the duel with
3-card combo, you
Pegasus.
have to
That's
throw
why
it
like
as
I use
very
Dark
good.
Magician and
Ritual
Thousand Eyes
monsters
Strike.
aren't particularly prevalent,
So
but to make
the
up for their
weird part
whack-ass
about this
summoning
one
condition,
is
the
I
super
start
type is
talking about
often
ritual
given just
monsters and like how fundamentally bad they are.
Nah,
And I describe like
given cards that add 3
they
or 4 additional
give
cards
ritual
to your hand.
monsters the
So
most
don't be too
insane
surprised
cards
if
in the
they're
game
broken.
because
Which
going
leads
in
us
on
to
them
the last
requires
type of
so
spells.
much investment. And this was written with Drytron in mind. But then Mitsurugi came out, so I had to be like, Mitsurugi.
Unintuitive, covered in text, and responsible for some of the weirdest rulings imaginable.
But I mean, that is also true of Mitsurugi, is they gave them like 15 cards that were just like, fuck it, break all the rules.
Misplaced. Sure, they take a little explaining, but once you've heard how pendulums work,
This one was hard, we had to bend the laws of
pendulums are
space-time
cards
for
that
that shot.
activate both spells and monsters. While in your hand, they
The
can either
Brian
summon
told me, he
or
was like,
place
I
into
love when
your
you did that.
leftmost and the rightmost spell and trap zones. While occupied with a pendulum card, these zones become pendulum
I love
zones.
pendulums actually.
The cards within them are able to use
I
their pendulum
like
effect,
pendulum
which here
archetypes, but I
adds
won't
any
deny that
continuous
they
spell
are
work.
annoying.
If any of these face-up cards
I
are
love
fielded
the
and sent to
Endymion
graveyard,
cards. It
they
was
are
like one of the
instead
first
placed
decks I
on
played when
top
I
of your
got into
extra
competitive
deck,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
face up. Once per turn, if both pendulum zones are occupied, you may perform a pendulum summon, special summoning any number of monsters with a level between the 2 monsters on your pendulum monsters box, called a pendulum scale, from your hand or face-up extra deck. The monsters in your extra deck specifically have to be summoned to an extra monster zone.
Or a zone being treated as an extra monster zone, you know.
Okay, still with me? Now, you may not believe it, but that last paragraph has been the death of thousands
Wait,
of
did I fuck
duelists.
that up?
If you find yourself a little bewildered
No,
by
the reason
pendulum,
you mean
don't
with
worry.
the
there aren't very many good ones. Konami has at least taken the criticism of this.
the like
supertype.
pause.
Summon?
Lastly,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
trap
yeah.
cards. Trap
No,
cards
no,
are part
no.
of the allure of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards whose existence on the field makes an opponent play differently. Many card games allow you to interact with an opponent via
This is my
powerful
favorite
onboard
part of
tricks
this
or
scene.
When you
secretive
start
hand
using the other,
shenaniganry. But in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Your cards are on the table. This mind game between players is that set card a
Because I
spell,
wanted to do
or
it
face
more,
down,
but then I
is it a
felt
trap
like it would
they
be
can't
too
activate,
much.
Or
Yeah.
is it the one card that will cause
No, I think
my
it's a
entire
sick payoff.
strategy to crumble?
I
Is
like
one
it a
of
lot.
Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest strengths. So it's shocking to see that the cards are so simplistic.
The only
And
thing I
also, the
didn't get-
sun
I
was
wanted
not doing
to-
us any favors. You can see the sun totally changing during that shot.
On your turn,
No.
during your main
I
Wasn't
gotta
it also
plug
like
in.
1,000 degrees out that day?
Dude, it was so hot. The wind was blowing like crazy. We kept
Mhm.
having. That's why you see like the trees all going like in the back there. I was like, that's gonna fuck up the mask.
And it did.
But no,
Continuous trap cards are
no,
a little
the masking came out okay.
These cards, like continuous trap cards, stick around. Usually these
It was
have
just the
ignition
sunlight,
effects that
'cause
deactivate in response
that
to
and the
an opponent's
post
action,
office.
or a continuous effect
Oh
that
my
will
god.
warp the entire game
The
state.
post office
Like
is like
continuous spells,
totally
these must
inconsistent.
remain
We'll
made
get
up
there
to
when we
apply
get
their
there, but
effects. A
the
destruction
post
effect
office
must be
is
resolved without a
totally inconsistent.
Finally,
There's nothing we can do
counter
about
traps
it.
are trap cards that are spell speed.
I like that
No, and it's
effect a
not like
lot.
you
From
can-
normal trap cards based on the position
Oh,
they
the
occupy in a
one,
chain.
yeah, where it dissipates, yeah,
Chains.
or
Right.
dissolves, whatever.
Okay.
All right, here's the post office. This is the post office where my my PO box is. I can't believe this made it in. I love it. That's my PO box. That's me going to get it. And it
I
was
took
cool.
7 different shots of the cockroach.
We did get something in the mail, so that was real. I'd ordered something express. So this was a hassle in and of itself. Now you can see that there is a snowflake on the post office decoration. We filmed this in July, so they're just fucking lazy as shit. I love this post office. It has like ads up from the 80s that are just totally faded. So you can see them up there. That is how faded they are in real life. They're not that overexposed. And then those boxes underneath, there was nothing in. So we went and got a bunch of the free boxes and just jammed them in there for like visual intrigue. And they were still there like months later. Like no one was checking.
I like the woman that came up. To
Yeah,
ask how we
yeah.
were doing.
Do you want to talk about the woman?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh my god, she was so interested in what we were doing, and then she was like, "Oh, I do real estate, and I'm looking for somebody to do social media and that stuff." I was like, "Oh, okay, sure, yeah." But she was so interested in what we were doing, and I think we sat there and talked with her for what, like 20 minutes. About
Yeah, no, this woman came in to get her mail, and she clearly needed something to do. She was like, can you explain Yu-Gi-Oh to me? And I was like, I guess we can, and we did. Did she ever get back to you about making videos for her real estate business?
I still have her card. I reached out to her and I didn't hear anything. So I think she was just a concerned Karen.
Okay, sure. You thought we were doing something crazy. And then on the way out, we found that cockroach and we got some video of it.
Would occur at the same time. They're activated in the following order.
I wish I had taken that joke out. I wish that was like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I wish I had taken that because there's so few jokes in this thing, and that's one of them, and it's totally crass. I don't know.
I like it though, because it's like there's a bunch of parts in this video where we clearly show we're not taking ourselves too seriously, and I think having this joke in adds to that. It's just fine. Like the scene in the dock where like something falls over or we can't figure out a transition. Like it just feels more real.
For a synchro summon, you may draw a card, a nice little bonus, but nothing to write home about.
I'm so happy you had these cards. Holy shit.
Card to your hand.
Yeah, I love this deck.
Action. Since both effects are optional, ordering the chain so that Qishao is Chain Link 1 and Moye is Chain Link 2 insulates against cards like Ash Blossom, which may negate the effects of cards that add a card to hand. This is the full skeleton of Yu-Gi-Oh! Action, reaction.
My favorite part was doing the mailboxes.
Now that we know everything there is to know about the cards, let's talk about the duel.
So we filmed 2 versions of this scene. One of them we filmed at a YCS, I want to say like last December. And some guy came up and was like, will you sign like my card? We were like, yeah. You know what, actually? Can we conscript you into this? And we basically forced this guy to sit by us for like 15 minutes, like coming into frame, getting a card signed and leaving over and over again. And then I got a reply on Twitter where someone was like, I saw you scripting someone signing shit, you fucking fraud. And I was like, when this video comes out, they'll understand why we were doing that. And then we cut that part. So I just want you to know we were gonna put it in, but if you were that person, I'm so sorry, but yeah.
In fact,
I have a
first release of
confession.
The head of Exodia
Yeah.
in Japan was responsible for a devastating
I lost
riot.
part of that footage.
Had it turned into
I
the
figured. I mean, that footage was so old, and
premium pack
it
containing
was
the
shocking
only
we had
I
it
lost-
at all.
Exodia's head that would
I
ever
lost
be
like
made.
half of it.
This was enough for 65,000 people to swarm the dome.
So I was so happy when I recorded it.
With nowhere near enough to distribute.
No, we this actual footage we got in front of the pinball machines, by the way, we got like 4 minutes before locals ended. If I recall correctly, the camera was on like 0.01% battery. It died as we finished. It was a real like, oh god, we got it type situation.
A number of things, but
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the
we
most
were at the
important
end of the
one is
night
playing
there.
the most frustrating decks
Adam,
known to man.
I don't lose
one of
footage
which
very
centered
often.
around
I'm
our
usually
final
pretty good about
countdown,
archiving
and
stuff.
its
I'm the one
associated
who
partner
I have a whole
crime,
like
Mystic Mine.
like
And the other
cloud
centered
archive
around
backup
Exodia
of
the
like
Forbidden
10
One, two
terabytes.
different alt-win conditions.
This Jeff one was rough too, because I reached out to him like 6 months ago, and it was just he was on a downswing, and he was like, that was not a great time, and I reached out to him again, and I was like, hey, great news, is now a great time, because we still haven't put this video out, and he was like, I would love to. And Jeff is always, he's such a delight, man. He is such a cool guy to talk to. He's so kind.
So I used to do. Do you remember when we did like some of the tournament stuff for like PBG and whatnot?
Yeah.
And every time Jeff was there and I had to do like a promo or something like that, I made sure that I included a clip of Jeff.
Oh yeah,
because he was so nice every time he made it into one. He would just come up and like thank me and be like, oh, I saw myself in the video, it was so cool, and I was like, it's just for you, Jeff. It's just for
Here you go, buddy. Oh man, we would always feature him too, because like his games were so entertaining. Every opponent looked like they were gonna kill him.
He's just such a nice guy.
I don't know if you guys remember the PPG Invitational, which was like the last really big one Alex and I did together. Was like all the people who topped PPGs were invited, and Jeff played against some player, some like known player, in the second to last round. And he sets up Mystic Mine, and the other player was like started cussing him out, and he had to like be ejected from the venue, and it was one of those things where it was like totally like unprofessional, really ridiculous. At the same time, also like I understand it, yeah. And we were talking to Jeff, and he was like, you know, I get it. It's an irritating. He was of good humor about it. He ended up topping that event too. He got really far.
And we've just played.
Yeah.
We've just been playing, off and on.
And he would show up to those events with the Mystic Mine mat that's behind him, and I would be like, aren't you afraid people are going to know what you're playing? He's like, people are going to know what I'm playing. He's like, it doesn't matter if I have the mat or not.
It's just really been so much fun for us to hang out and have something to do together and talk about just basically every day. Talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a great thing.
I was so glad that you were so like quick with finding that one clip of like
one more piece. Yeah.
No.
This one where I asked him if he ever wanted to play a real deck. He played, I think, 1 week of the Chalice Slime Monthly. He played like a combo deck. He played like Adamancipator or something, and he did okay, but I don't think he cleared. The next week he came back, or the next Chalice Slime, he came back with Barrier Statue Stun in like the middle of like Eldritch Adamancipator format, and he got to top cut, and I was like, fucking hell, this guy. He played Cubics for a while. There's a TMT. He won one of the Chalice Slimes, and at that point the prize was you get a TMT. And he asked for this like this Magician Souls Cubic deck that he had been building, and it was just ridiculous ass deck.
You bet. Thanks, Joseph.
I should note that duelists playing competitively are only given a certain
I'm so
amount
glad
of
he got to
time
be a part of
complete
this.
a best 2 out of 3 match.
No, yeah.
If that time runs out, both players lose. While each duel is
Playing
different,
normal
they
decks
all
is like
start the same
training
way.
weights for him. Exactly.
Shuffle your
Yeah.
deck, then give
I
your
like he
opponent's
says
deck
like,
a
listen,
shuffle
I have
first
room in
as
my
well.
head for one
Roll the
combo.
die to decide who starts, and
Oh
you're
man.
off.
So there's one little.
Is a contentious
I guess we
point
should
among
talk
duelists.
about
I don't know
the
if it's a
little
genetic
transition
memory from
here
growing
when we
up
talk
watching
about
Van
time.
Heath or whatever, but still, it's always a good
Yeah.
practice to show your
There
opponent's
used to be
deck
a more
sufficiently
expansive
random.
version of the time one
Determining who goes
where I
first,
talked
timer
about the
proceeds
time
in the phases
rules,
of the
but
game. First up is the
those
draw
don't
phase.
exist
No
anymore.
draw on the first turn. Otherwise,
Yeah.
the turn player draws a card.
And
from
then I
the bottom
love
of the
every
deck that
comment
proceeds to the
about
next
who
phase.
shuffles their deck
This
like that.
liminal
I
phase
did that
actually
just for
serves
the
an
comments.
impressive purpose. It's the first time an
The
opponent can
riffle?
activate a quick effect during the turn.
The riffle,
Often,
'cause
players
no
who want to
sane
shotgun
person
an
shuffles
important
their
effect as
cards like
fast as
that.
possible
I don't know
do
if
so
you
in the draw phase.
Trust me,
I've told the story here, but
draw phase.
the first time I ever met Leah was at the tabletop role-playing group at my college. I just went to see if people wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and one person had brought Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was like a nothing deck. Leah had played it before a lot, and she was like, "If you have 2 decks, for sure." And I did, and so she grabbed one of my decks. I want to say it was Gravekeeper. And she riffle shuffled it, and I was like, "Dog, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, my bad." She just like a playoff in progression fame. Yeah.
Once that turn,
Leah from playoffs.
Cards in your spell and trap zone. Activate as many spell cards as you like, and as many.
She has a
provided they've been set for
a very
and activate the effects of your monsters. Once you're done
I want to say like aggressive personality, but it's one of those people that you
in the battle phase, your monsters battle. There are 4 substeps to this phase.
The first time you meet them, they're already like, "Oh yeah, we're really good friends," like that kind of thing.
Attack is declared. Next is the battle step. The turn player will pick 1 attack position monster from their side of the field and 1 monster on the opponent's side of the field, then declare.
Oh, did we miss Shifter here? I guess can you not long one under Shifter?
If both monsters are in attack position, the monster with the higher attack wins. The losing monster is destroyed.
Why?
The difference between the 2 stats is subtracted from the loser's.
I don't know. Does it say
If
graveyard?
there's a tie, both monsters are destroyed and no player takes damage, with an exception for 0 attack monsters who cannot crash.
Chat's trying to
If
figure
one
it out.
monster is in attack and 1 is in defense position, use the defense
No,
position
it's
stat
just
for
the
defense
fact that
position
some
monster.
cards went to the
If it is less than the
graveyard
attack
when
stat,
I
both
activated
position
Shifter
monsters
first.
destroyed.
Yeah, I know. You can see all the cards in the graveyard literally in the next shot.
Or higher
Chill.
than the attack stat, both monsters survive, but the attacking player loses the difference between the attack stat and the defense stat. If one player has no monsters on their side of the field, a player may attack their life points directly.
Yeah, we got to
got
take down the video.
Damage. This stuff
Yeah,
is
we gotta
pretty
take the whole
intuitive.
thing.
The
Big
video.
monster
This
beat little monster. Defense position defends. Attack position attacks. What's less intuitive is the order in which these monsters deal damage. Let's talk about the damage step. The damage step is
This
performed
part was just a
immediately after the
fucking
battle step, and
catastrophe.
attack
Like,
skill
what do you
occurs.
want?
Like Magic the Gathering's layers, this is to resolve
having
finicky rule
to-
elements
I got to
that have
this
built up
point.
like rust over 3 decades of carving a rule set into an understandable
Having to
shape.
like
But
script
unlike
this
Magic
part
the
out
Gathering's layers, this one does
like
come up pretty
irritated me a lot, but also made me realize how many of the damage step steps just don't do anything. They're like specifically for the benefit of cards that say, "Hey, during this part."
Moving to the damage step, certain new rules apply. Duelists may
Yeah.
no longer activate spell speed to effects unless those cards have a provision that states they may activate during the damage step. An exception to this rule is spell trap cards or quick effects that directly alter the attack
I was just
or
hoping
defense
that I
of a
did it
monster,
justice
cards
with
that
like
negate the,
the
activation,
animations and
not
explaining
the
it well
effect
enough.
of a
But
card or
it's
effect,
so
and
dense.
mandatory effects. Note that spell speed 3 effects specifically can be activated at any time during the damage step. Next is before damage calculation. During this step, if the monster you're attacking is face down, you flip it up. Third is perform damage calculation. From this point forward, you may not
This is a
activate
bitch
cards that
film for
modify
me,
the
too.
attack and defense stats of monsters. During this stage,
Like-
you determine if a monster has been destroyed by battle, though it is not yet sent to the graveyard.
Ugh.
It is after damage calculation. Destroyed monsters are still not sent to the graveyard. This is a step specifically
It was
for the
only
benefit of
'cause
cards
After
that
damage
I couldn't get
calculation,
behind
the
it.
Rocket
End of the
Warrior
damage
substep.
Monsters that have been destroyed are now sent to the graveyard. Once there are no longer any effects to apply, we once again return to the battle step. The damage step plays a finicky role in Yu-Gi-Oh! With clever use of your points of interaction, you can manage your
Also, I know the
individual
gauge
negation
clip
in such a
doesn't
way
make
that your
any sense
opponent's
because it's not the
responses are
damage step. I just
very
really
limited.
liked him screaming.
Yeah, that's
It
fine.
impacts card quality too. Cards like Forbidden
Dude, he
Droplet are
pushes
much
his
more
hairline
playable as a
back
result
in
of their
that clip.
applications
I'm like,
during
buddy.
this weird, unrespondable step. One of the most debilitating things you can hear as a duelist in combat is the phrase, "Proceed to the damage step."
This is taken from a Farfa highlight. Because I love the
damage step. Something that
I
we
think he
were
made like
typically
a
familiar.
highlight of like Gage and Kalute and all that, and I was like, I love this
Yes,
intro.
I
I'm
went
gonna
into
use
it
this.
with for those of you who are fans of the progression series.
I'm
But,
glad we got
damage
this
step
this
is,
Alex interview in. We filmed this
a doozy,
like
that's for sure.
4 months
People
ago,
are kind of newer to the game
and it
overview. What
was
exactly
it was
is the damage
before
So the damage
he finished
step is
chemo.
this weird part of when you're attacking, or I guess if your opponent's attacking you.
So I'm
there's
glad
multiple
we made it in,
substeps of
but
the damage step that
damn, he
basically,
is going
to
through it
boil
right
down
now.
Simply, certain cards can be activated at certain points within the damage step, and once you pass
probably
some
could
of
have cleaned up
those
his color a
you're
little
no
bit
longer
more
able
here,
to
to be
activate
honest.
certain cards or effects. But it's a
Wouldn't
very
have been
timed
as
window that certain cards can be applied, and your knowledge of it can actually make or break a difference.
He's
in the
so
game.
unlucky. Yeah,
personally have spent a lot
legitimately
more
never
time in
lucky.
the damage step
Blew
than
all his
most
luck
people
on
have
top
to do
decking
that,
Pot
but,
of Greed.
when we did Prague Season 1.
He's of good humor, as good humor about it as you could possibly be.
The all-stars of the damage step alongside with our good old friend Honest, if we're looking back during that time as well. Those are two of the classic examples of the damage step.
I mean, I wanted to find a way to put Simo in the video for sure. It's, I mean, I've said it like a million times with relation to his current situation, but it's like, it really is no exaggeration to be like,
just get a hypothetical.
he is the #1 most important person when it comes to like my YouTube career, both because he put me in shit, but also like the advice and friendship he's extended to me. He's a great guy. How's he doing, by the way? He's living, man. He is living.
This is relevant because
he's back in
when you
chemo.
declare an attack, on attack declaration,
I mean, Alex
cards that can be
gave
used,
me one of
but
my
once you
first
pass, would your opponent rather pass
like
priority over
videographer
to you,
kind of
that
like
they don't have any response to the attack declaration. That is when you can
like
in
jobs
the
too
damage
when I
step,
got to do
deploy your
the
pollute, so it's after this type of
Tyler
event
the Great
has,
Warrior video with Gage
bypass,
and Alex.
essentially.
Yeah,
So now they
I
can
think
no
it was
longer
like
use these types of trap
that was
effects
like
to be able to stop
after
you in combat,
you and I
unless
filmed
they
with the
had a card that
congressman.
can be activated in the damage step itself.
All right, well, thank you so much.
I don't know if you ever you did King of
We'll
Games
probably just
too,
put a
right?
bunch of clips of Gage going.
Yeah, I did King of Games too.
Damage
Yeah.
step, I will collude. Okay. Collude. It's now 3,700.
Yeah, Alex has given me like really cool opportunities, and so
Yeah, I'm fine.
I always appreciate when I get to work with him. He's a cool
I'll
dude.
activate collude.
Okay.
I'm actually going to collude in damage step.
Okay, so I'll take another 14.
So the attack will continue, and I'm actually going to take. Oh no, just so then damage step. I just collude here.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll activate a
Yeah,
second
you
collude.
got it.
Good game, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
Back to the battle phase. Each attack position monster may attack one time. Once you're out of attacks,
Yeah, the
or if
pacing
you
of
decide
that
you
one
don't
is a
wanna
little
declare
weird, but
anymore,
I
you
feel
end
like
the
people's
step of
eyes
the
were
battle phase.
glazing
Another
over
opportunity
after
to
damage
activate
step,
big
and I
effects.
just like
After the battle
I
phase is
wanted
over,
to break it
then
up
you
a
enter
little bit.
main phase 2. This
Yeah,
post-battle main
and
phase is
I
identical to the
definitely
one you
needed
took
it.
before battle. This one's weird philosophically.
This is just a me thing. We could have just not put this portion in, but it is always surprising to me finding that the main phase 2 is like an almost exclusively Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic thing. Like almost every other card game is like, fuck a post-combat main. Like it's weirder in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than it is in Magic, because in Magic, both players have agency when it comes to how attacks like pan out. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just like, okay, because there's a post-combat main, the battle step just makes every one of your monsters into a removal spell, theoretically. It's really strange. And yeah, I don't think it's a shock that in Rush Duel they just don't have it. In Duel Links they just don't have it, you know?
Do you feel like that's like better or worse?
I don't know.
But I may as well have just told you how to make a meme.
I think it makes it more interesting not to have one. Definitely, I think there's like, it makes battle matter a little more instead of just being like a way to hedge against an opponent's board. I'm a big fan of the one big face thing. Yeah, Adam, the Hearthstone mechanism.
Or if you'd like to carve one out yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to take the plunge and actually start playing the game, you have a few options in terms of how.
A lot of these
Master Duel
shots
is the
here
gold
with
standard
like
of online play.
all this,
plan
I
was developed
originally
by
had
Konami
planned
and
to
is
do with
completely above
Danny.
board. The downside is it costs money.
And I wanted this
While it's
all to
very
be like a
free-to-play friendly, you
reflection
can't
of like
exactly hop to
everywhere
a
we've
different
been
deck on a
in the
dime.
video up
Of
until this
course,
point.
yeah.
I had a whole
Behind
different
paper card
ending
releases
that I
by a
sent to
pretty
both of them.
substantial margin, about 3 months out from the TCG.
But we just
But it's
didn't
not
get
your
to
only
film
option.
it. So I
When faced
wish
with the
this
prospect
part
of
could have
being a
been done
cheap
with
bastard,
Danny instead
Yu-Gi-Oh!
of
players
like having to
suddenly become
film
rocket
myself.
scientists. For the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh's existence, there have
Again, I
existed
just
But I
wanted
just
to get
wanted
like
it out.
his
free
character.
simulators to play the game.
Yeah, yeah.
He-
we couldn't really wait anymore.
Danny's schedule is fucking horrible.
Simulators like Master Duel,
Yeah.
and as a result are good for players
But it
that aren't
but it
yet
ended up
comfortable
working.
with their
Yeah, I
card's
like it.
incredibly long effects.
This is where we've gotten,
Free
I
to
think, the
play
most
apps, download,
compliments on the
community
video
created,
is
and are
I've
updated
seen so many people say the section at the end that happens in like a minute is just beat for beat their exact like Yu-Gi-Oh journey. And I like that for sure.
How a game of Yu-Gi-Oh plays out.
We were going to do a bunch of like short clips of me doing everything that's described here, but that's just, honestly, that is like ADHD shit. I really like this, like the more contemplative, like listen to the words if you want to type thing.
Yeah. So you can pause here for a second.
Yeah.
There were a few reasons why I chose it to do this way.
Yeah.
First, the script was a little bit longer than
Yeah.
everything that's kind of in this part. So I cut down on a few pieces of the script that kind of let me get to point A to point B. But you see a shot earlier in the video when we were in the phone. That is the guy that gets like the Yu-Gi-Oh box and like sits down and like opens the thing with like scrap recycler.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to like make videos and stuff too. That was I recreated essentially a sequence I made like 7 years ago and put it at the end of this video because I felt like a lot of and it kind of goes with a lot of the comments that we got on this video. I thought it kind of spoke to how I got into the game as well. So I had this thought kind of like last minute. And I was like, I want to remake that scene. I want it to feel like someone's going to locals. And you're kind of along for that journey and you're listening to it. And like the music kind of really wraps up with it. And I just wanted to create a good feeling scene for this. And I'm really glad that we didn't end up doing like a whole bunch of these cuts and using like stock footage and like all this kind of stuff. So I was really happy with the way that this scene in particular came out.
And I think it's like it kind of buttresses the concept of the video, which is like Yu-Gi-Oh isn't something you play by memorizing a rule book, right? It's like something you experience, you know, by ingratiating yourself into the community, right? And
yeah, we
also got a lot of comments on this, which is this is obviously Dan's search history. How to see sound waves in Adobe Premiere, audio waveform effect Premiere Pro, mono track shows left and right mix and
Book is an in-browser simulator and likely the largest simulator at the time
all
of
right.
recording. It's
The
a
mono
very
track
well-known
thing,
weekend warriors
that wasn't
and
even for that
professional
video.
players used to improve in the game, and it's all
I had
new,
another
which means
recording
you'll
I got
actually have
from
to know
somebody
yourself
else
before you load in.
that
So
in a
rather than
mono
a step-by-step
track I
guide
was
through a
still
Snake
getting
Eyes
left
setup,
and
here's
right,
a
but I
more
wasn't getting
realistic
left and
example
right
of
in
how
the
game
timeline.
Yu-Gi-Oh
I'm like,
plays
how
out.
the fuck
It's
does that happen?
2001, and
whose
Yu-Gi-Oh!
whose shit was
Level
it?
of consciousness.
It was
Only few short
a
years after
corporate
realizing
project I was
you're in
working
control
on.
of your own
Oh,
actions,
I was ready to
you
hear
watch
that
an episode
Farfa
of
had
the
found
show
like
on
a new
Kids
way to fuck
WB.
everything
It
up.
looks sort of like Pokemon, but edgier. You're enraptured. You beg your parents for packs of overpriced
Dude,
hardware, and you jam
that deck
casuals
box,
on the
by the
playground
way,
until your teacher gets a call from a
man.
concerned mother about devil worship and decides to intervene.
I think
taking
Gem
your
is
card
still
along.
making
In the
money
years
off that
following,
deck
you keep
box.
Yu-Gi-Oh! In the back of your mind, but don't admit
Yeah,
to
I've
yourself
had
you
it for
found
a
it
long
fun
time.
or engaging.
I've
A
got
decade
one
later, you're
too.
pawning
I
your phone during
fucking
a
I
periodic
love it.
moment and see Yugi staring back at you from
Nietzsche
the App Store.
Chinese deck box.
Duel Links
Yeah.
is one of the top downloaded applications this month.
Is
Figuring
the
it couldn't
editing
be worse
room
for you than
shot
TikTok,
mirrored?
you
No.
download it and give it a go.
None of it's
and
mirrored.
you're immediately back. You can't believe how much the game has changed.
I also
When
like that
were
you
playing,
have the
games
like
lasted dozens of turns, but now you're
the
comboing off
Yu-Gi-Oh
of the first
player
second of
pile
every
of
duel.
random cards
What's more,
everywhere.
you're
It's like
having fun.
a classic.
A few months into a daily Duel Links grind, you see
Yeah, I
an
mean, I
in-app ad
wanted to
for
build
Master
out
Duel,
like
the
the
Steam
scene a
client
little
for
bit
the
more.
real version
It's
of
cool. The
card
other
game.
thing
I
is
decided to try that out as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's an impressively hard.
Oh,
learning
I
curve,
cleaned
but
up
you
the room
persevere.
before I shot
Due in
all
part
this,
to
and
a
I was
desire
like,
to
it's
prove to
too
people
clean.
online you won't
Yeah.
get filtered.
So I put a
While
bunch
looking
of
up
cards and
guides on
stuff
YouTube,
everywhere, and
you
I was
I
like,
like
oh,
it.
like, this feels
I think
better.
you're right. Yeah.
Their community, and soon you're spamming
I like
positive memes
the
in
like
Farfa's chat.
broccoli deck
You start
box
making
too.
friends
That
from Twitch
specific
chat, from
DMG
Discord
deck box
communities,
that
from
everybody
pet
has
Facebook
is like
groups.
almost a meme.
Finally,
I
one day,
think
one
the
duelist
one
reaches
you
out to
have
you.
is actually
Hey,
a
we're gonna try and
remake,
go to
right?
next
It's like
YCS. You
some
in?
So
Your
like
friends
Team
book
Sam
a
made a
I,
hotel
remake.
near the convention center they can
Yeah,
find,
so
and
I
try to
do a
sneak
lot
9
of
people into a two-person
Team
reservation.
Sam's like
You stay up late in the
products,
business
Yeah.
center, trying out different lines
photos
versus your
and like
friends' different
promos.
strategies. The next
So
day,
Sam
at the
sends me a lot
convention,
of that stuff
sit down in
beforehand.
front of
and that's
someone
where I
you've
got
never
it.
met before, wish them
Broke
good
boy
luck.
reference, by the way.
That's
I
And
still
then
had to pay for that hat.
my favorite part of this one was Dan was like, "Do you want me to put the Patreon end card on here?" And I was like, "No!" Just like
I didn't want to.
It goes to black, and the Magic goes.
So the idea is that. So the idea was that I wanted it to be. I didn't want to have anything there. I
Yeah.
was like, if we throw the title card, or we do this, or we do that, like it kind of feels like, oh, this is an expected thing here. But I love the way it just pops off, the music fades out, and it's like, and that's you're supposed to, I guess, and if you don't get it, we didn't hit the mark, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's title, How to Play Yu-Gi-Oh. So,
timestamps back.
Yeah, I just don't think anything else would have felt good for that ending.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the, I don't know if it's just like a cliffhanger or whatever, but it's not really a cliffhanger. It's just you already know the end to that sentence.
Yeah.
So why say it again?
I don't know what happened with the timestamps. They are just broken. Dude,
I think
this
I'm
website
broken
sucks.
on the side of your screen too.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
The Sopranos inspired editing. Yeah, right after this shot, Gage enters Dan's house and shoots him.
Yeah. But like, I guess now that it's all over and we watched it, what are your final thoughts? Like, or what are your overall thoughts on this? Like, do you want to do it again? Like, do you like what we did? Do you hate what we did? I'll be okay with it either way. You can tell me.
No, I don't know. Definitely the thing that I appreciate about it is certainly not perfect. Like there's a lot that it's one of those things where if we like circled the drain on this video for another year, I think it could have been like even better, but it's like, but then it never would have come out. We just do that forever. And I definitely I think it came out the way that I needed it to. I liked it a lot. It was an exercise in being like, oh, we have bit off way more than we can chew. The Vrains essay is going to have this level of production. The Vrains essay is going to be like any other video I upload. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to be like this. I would like to do something else like this, but you know, I not for a while.
Like, yeah. So this video for me was a really good way to kind of see where I am as like in my I want to be working in more like film and that kind of stuff. So my favorite kind of stuff to produce and watch and emulate is like documentary filmmaking. So this was a good like practice and exercise for me and some of those skills. I don't think I hit everything on the head, but this was a great way to kind of see where I was at with it. And yeah, the video's not perfect, but Yu-Gi-Oh is not perfect either. So I think
oh, that's a good way to do it. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. I just can't wait to make the next one.
Yeah.
I have a few ideas of things that I want to do. But I don't know. This community is giving me the ability to tell like a lot of really cool stories, and I'm excited to tell the next one.
No, I had a lot of fun filming this and shit, and I'm happy that it came out the way it did. I've gotten a lot of it is weird. I've gotten a lot of people who are like, this would not help me learn Yu-Gi-Oh, which I understand. But I've also gotten a lot of people who were like, hey, I had a passing interest in Yu-Gi-Oh, and this got me in. Like I'm ready to take the plunge. I was like, okay, whatever it is.
Oh, I want to see like your vision of the Smash documentary so bad. I love the Smash documentary.
The Smash documentary is a once in a lifetime type shit.
Yeah, like it's just part of the thing that's inspired me to get into documentary filmmaking. I watch that a lot. I watch Turn Down for Walt, who makes a lot of like really cool mini docs in the Smash community. I want to make a documentary about the RBET.
Oh man.
It's been something I've been talking about for a while, and I keep pushing it off. And Gage and I are going to Genesis for the RBET at Genesis instead of the 300 YCS. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it out there, but that's like the one I really want to do.
Yeah, that's one that is not like my story to tell, but it is that is definitely one of the things that should be kind of documented.
Yeah. Do we want to have, I guess, like chat ask any questions or whatnot?
Chat, do you have any important
it's
things
your
to
stream,
ask
not
about
mine,
it?
so.
How much did Dan get paid?
How much?
$20 million.
Yeah, that's why the post office? Why not the post office?
We were around the post office. Favorite project this year? That I think I would say I liked Twitter thread number 39. It was pretty that was important for me.
I'm about to go film a cool one up in Toronto.
Yeah, it's Gage too, right?
Yeah, yep. And then I've got another cool one in 2 weeks. I work with this game shop down in North Carolina called Gamers Alley.
Yeah.
And they had a guy come in who actually did development, or I guess was a lead, something like that. I have to remember his name, but he worked in development on Aladdin and Lion King 2 and had like special thanks on like Torok. And he's gonna let us come like do an interview with him and like see his gaming collection and show us like a lot of stuff that's not released. So that one's gonna be a really cool one in a couple weeks.
This is the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
How did you manage the weight of like this? And this could be okay. So, this was a year in the making, but I think it was even longer than that because we started having talks with it in July. I think around when we were, was that during Pegasus Challenge?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it was around Pegasus Challenge when we first like talked about it. And Joseph started writing a script. I had a much bigger idea for this when we initially did it, where I wanted to bring in a bunch of people and make a full crew and do this kind of stuff. But eventually just came down. We just got the script, we got the filming. A couple things came up throughout the year for myself, just personally, that kind of had to push things a little. So editing while I'm trying to deal with some personal issues and things like that was a little difficult. And I edit for a lot of different people too, so it's got to fit in the schedule and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the wonky crew came along.
Yeah,
So,
no, it is weird to be like, yeah, that blew up, and we all started doing so much shit. The Wonky Quartet YouTube channel, folks, subscribe to it. Dan edits for that.
yeah, go watch it. Go watch every video right now. Binge the little channel, and subscribe because they don't ask you to in the videos. So I'm gonna ask you now.
Okay, wow, that is true. This is a good one. Dan, what small change looking back would you now want to implement, or is there something that sticks out to you that you were like, I wish I had gotten that in?
Okay, there's probably 3 big ones. In the very first, or I guess the second scene after we do the intro, the where we're walking backwards, I should have had a dolly for that. And I don't know why I didn't think of it in the moment, because that scene I think could have been 10 times better if I would have had a dolly. With Josh holding the teleprompter and us having to like go backwards and whatnot and trusting like myself to like hold the camera, that was the dumbest decision I made during that entire like shoot. It could have been cleaner, it could have been smoother. The dolly for both sides would have kind of let me actually get the shot that I wanted instead of having to like fix this in post. So doing this without a dolly was a bitch. And then we had to walk. I think we walked it like 5 times. But I had to really go back and fix this one in post with like Sony has their own I keep hearing myself in my ear with this. I just gotta mute it. But Sony has their own like warp stabilizer with as long as you have it turned on in camera. So I had to stabilize that and then stabilize it again in Premiere. And still I was like getting like micro jitters and things like that. So like I had to really go in and fix some of that, and half of the footage lost its stabilizer's data. So I had to go in and really be meticulous about like how I fixed it. And there were some times with the stabilization, if I wanted to like do any sort of like speed adjustment or anything like that, you get a little bit of like warping and you get a little bit of like artifacting. But I was lucky it didn't really happen in a lot of this. It took up a lot of time to fix this scene, but I'm glad it came out the way it did. There was some more stuff I wanted to do for it, but I'm just happy it came out. Definitely the end scene. Like,
yeah,
we should have just been like a little bit more on top of it.
Yeah, it really was just to like, we were just like, we'll do it, we'll get to it, we'll do it, and we just didn't.
Yep. I think it would have brought the video together like way more. But I think just the way that you ended it and like that whole paragraph of dialogue was enough. And I think the last thing for me is that there are a lot of instances in the video where Joseph was talking about like What was it? There's a really good one for it's like, oh, when your opponent activates shifter and you just stare back at them. A lot of those like little instances I wanted to film.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it set up when so Josh Benici was my assistant editor for over like the past like year and a half. I lost Josh, or not lost Josh. It sounds like he's fucking dead. But Josh went and got a job because he's not a video editor, but he has been like my rock for video editing for probably like a year and a half.
Mhm.
Without him, I don't think I get a lot of projects that I want done. Josh is amazing. But now he's working a cool job. And Josh, for half of the top down filming, he's actually the one putting a lot of the cards on the table. So when he got a job and he's like, I didn't have the ability to do that anymore with two people. So I was like, fuck, I got to figure out a way to do this. And like make it look decent. That's why sometimes when there's like a 2-player scene or something like that, you kind of see like another arm come on the back end, and it's kind of like it's bent a little weird. Yeah, it's because I was just reaching around the table. But yeah, Josh is Bean Soldier TV. He helped with a lot of this project too.
Oh yeah, he was the dolly.
He was the one. He was the dolly. Yeah. Josh has always been awesome in these kind of projects. He comes and he's like my like PA for a lot of this stuff, and
he's always wonderful. A thrill to work with. He's a really good guy.
The outtakes were intentionally left in, right?
Yeah, yes. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, they were left in because we didn't have transitions. And they kind of felt nice.
I guess if I were to answer that question, I really would have liked to have what I should have done is gotten the there's just like an ordering process that fucks it up. I would have liked to have gotten the interviews first, then been able to more effectively craft the script around it or effectively script the interviews. Because I think the Alex one goes on pretty long. The Farfa one, he doesn't say exactly what I want him to say. And I don't know. That would be the part that I would want to change a little bit.
Yeah. Overall though, I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah, no, me too. Ugh. Any closing thoughts?
Not too much. I like I think I was dooming a little bit at first when this first came out.
When it first came out, Dan was like, "We have to take it down. I'm gonna kill myself." Like, please don't.
But I'm actually like really happy with the response and and the comments and everything. People have been very, very sweet about it. I've gotten a lot of nice messages. And this was a way for me to leave my mark on the Yu-Gi-Oh community too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just happy you let me be a part of it.
I'm happy you were a part of it. You whipped ass and did most of the work.
But now it's over.
It is, yeah. Yes.
And I can sleep.
Also not true.
Not true. No. After this, I'm going to get back into an edit and probably not be done till like midnight. So it's cool.
I remember who was I talking to about that? I was talking to like Rebecca about it. And she was like, "Why is Dan editing at like 3 a.m.?" I'm like, it's like his favorite thing in the world to do. I don't know. It's like,
I hate it so much.
Dan's schedule is the worst I've ever heard in my entire life. He loves to get up every day and be like, "How can I hurt myself today?"
That's gotten better.
That's good.
Just
That's
this
good
past
to hear.
2 months have been rough.
Yeah. And you've seen Hard Legs? Hard Leg just doesn't have a sleep schedule.
To allow that message, it's epic.
I hate editing, but I would kill myself if I didn't edit. I guess I can allow that, Dyer.
I'd still be working in like sales if I wasn't an editor.
Yeah, no, that's bright future in sales.
Yeah, yeah. But all right, I will let you get back to stream.
All right.
I gotta finish a video.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being on. What a nice young man. Clock it, Poly Market. All right. Unfortunately, that took pretty much the entirety of today. Let me see what else I said I was going to do. New decks. That's just Draco Tail, right? We can do that tomorrow. In the meantime, you know what we got to do. Let's go to Rule 30 Fortal. Okay. Fiona Frost versus Black Hanekanoa. God, I don't know these people. It's got to be Fiona Frost. I know the one on the right is like Diddy Guitari Media. You all are saying Diddy Guitari? Okay, I'm clicking it. Wow, looks like I should never listen to chat again. I knew it was her. Rohan or Lisa? It's got to be Rohan. It's Lisa. Fuck me. Alecremy or Mount Lady? Mount Lady, please. Okay, thank you. Mizuhara Chizuru or Braxian, not close. Catwoman and Jenny Bell. Ooh, wow, it's got to be Catwoman. Jenny Bell pretty far up there, though. Briona or Kea, it's got to be Briona. Fuck me. Middle Evo problems. Gothitelle, I'm not even looking at the other one. I should have looked at the other one. Pyra or Hercules? It's Pyra for sure. Jet or Liepard? Liepard. It's Jet. And finally, Kirito versus King. It's got to be Kirito. We got shit on today. Oh my god. That was so bad. Let's do Scrandle. Pie and Mash versus Food. Wow. I'm going to say Pie and Mash because it's got beer involved. Okay, here we go. Sausage or Pie and Mushy Peas? Sausage. Prime and a hot dog. Or chicken katsu burger. The katsu burger. No, there is no way. Pizza slice and a beer or salted pepper crispy chicken loaded fries. It's got to be the fries. Thank you. Burger or horseradish and red onion on bread. For £1.40. Let's go. I knew it would be that. Lamb meat and chips box or chicken carvery. Fuck, this looks so good. Garlic and tomato sausage and scrambled tofu bop or hot dog. This looks fucking awesome. Cheesesteak sub or chicken goujons. This looks really good. These are not difficult today. Cod and chips or steak, bacon, and onion baguette. Cod and chips. Tropiero, pork, rice, beans, egg, and crackling, or unidentified scran, no price data. Dude, what? How bad does it have to be if it's called? I will not take unidentified scran, no. And then the final one, pie mash and liquor or burger. Oh, these both look fucking dire. Oh, man. I'll take the pie mash and liquor. All right. Man, almost 10-10. I'll take 9 of 10, though. I'll take 9 of 10 for sure. Let's do connections. Okay. Rodeo Drive, Mulholland Drive, Sunset Drive. Fuck. I was excited about that one. Like West Wing. No. Sunset Spur, Cowboy, Rodeo? No. Okay, well. Spur, Urge, Push. Egg like egg on. Okay. All right. Cowboy. What the fuck? Row. Wow. I really have no idea. Let's try this. One away. It's the drive one, dude. Wing drive. Okay, what's pars? You think it's Vine? There's no way it's Vine. It was Vine. Famous streets in Los Angeles. Oh, God, and it's purple and blue. We are so fucked. Mink. Pars. What is pars? Maybe it's like an anagram. Spar. I don't know. Pars. Paris. Steris. What do you guys think? Minsk, Paris, Rome, Sofia. Oh my God. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. European capitals minus second to last letter. Processor, you're a genius. I would never have gotten that in a million years. Oh, that one I might have been able to get. Holy shit. That's fucking unbelievable. Let's do Coindle. Damn, dude. Let's do angle. Huh. It's not a 270. It's a little more than a 270. Let's say 273. Boiling. It's a little higher. 274. 278. Uh-oh. 276. Yay! We got it. Oh my God. Six, seven. Let's do YG Ortal. All right. We've got. Oh no, not this one. The other one. Uh-oh. North? No, it can't be north. Snash. Oh, okay. I like that one. There's an S in it. Notes. Oh, come on. Tone. I don't know, man. Sonnet? No. Tunes? Oh, man. Is that it? Oh, my God. Goated. Oh, that was so good. Congratulations, chat. That was great. All right. I gotta bail Jillian out. She takes over or she goes to bed at 10. So I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We are going to be playing, of course, we're going to be playing the classic thing we play on Tuesdays, Master Saga, and then we're going to be doing a little bit of Draco Tale, or we call it. I will do the Am I the Asshole Wordle. Is it once a day? Yeah, okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to name our child after my wife's grandma? My wife and I are expecting a baby girl this July. My wife wants to name the baby after her grandmother. My wife is close to her grandmother, and her grandmother passed away. The grandma's name is Julie. 7 years ago, I dated a girl named Julie for 6 weeks. Julie never met my family or any of my friends, but I have a blanket rule of never dating any of my kids' past relationships. It feels weird. You're the asshole. Correct. Okay, next post. Paying alimony by check versus direct deposit. I pay alimony every month by check via bill pay service. I feel that the need to have the image of the cash check as proof in case my ex says I haven't paid. Ex has mental health issues and has in fact forgotten that she or he cashed the check and has to be paid again because I have the cash check I had proof. Ex prefers I direct deposit. I'm wary because she's previously joined our joint account. Says we'll be traveling and won't be around to receive checks. This month the check came late, which I will presume could be true, and I'm happy to follow up with the bill pay service. I prefer to continue sending checks rather than direct deposit. You are not the asshole. No! Deleted by user. Oh, man. Am I the asshole for not wanting to work as a 16-year-old? I've worked for about 8 months and want to enjoy the second half of my summer. My mom asked me to work to pay for my car insurance. I said I want to take a break. You are not the asshole. You should never have to get a job. All right. Well, okay. Damn. All right. Okay. See you all on Tuesday. I'm throwing you over to anyone playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Simply Wits. I don't know any of these people. I will send you over to Blaze Yu-Gi-Oh.